It's a really good idea. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. You want to join my team or what?
Okay.
I know. Okay. Then bye.
So wait a minute. Maybe you guys can also hear the pitches of others, and then you can leave because then you know who is working on what.
Yes.
So Jan is working on an idea of an Outlook manager, and you guys are working on an idea of
Like getting leads through
lead verification.
Yes, yeah.
That's that team. Okay, Shruti. So two Shrutis in one team. Shruti team. So Shruti, and Paul and John. And then Jan, you are working on an Outlook idea. Jan needs a teammate who wants to join.
Well, before we do the teams, let's hear the pitches and then we can.
Oh, yeah. Then let's go with the next idea. Who's the next idea? Chris was talking about this idea. So you can talk about this text.
Yeah. So I want to work on this text to workflow. So you just describe a workflow, and then the AI will or Claude or whatever will generate the workflow, and then you can see it in the UI. And I think for that we should of course also maybe connect it to the docs or something, right? I mean, it's more than just Claude write the thing, because we probably also have templates we want to look up, or code documentation we want to look up. So
using Perplexity, for example.
Yes,
Yeah, so
stuff
that
like
you don't
that.
need to do a RAG pipeline by yourself.
Yeah.
And then let LLMs search it. I will come to the teams and kind of share some ideas that might make it fast.
Yeah,
and we'll make it in 2 hours, like literally in 2 hours.
And I want to add that I mean, do I have to do this in TypeScript? Because in principle I can also do it in Python. So
exactly, you can do it in Python.
So maybe if somebody wants to join who also wants to do it in Python.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you'll write code or you'll code? Finger code or
Both.
code?
We can do both.
Okay. Nice.
So text to n8n, and then it would generate the JSON, and then the
Yeah,
JSON
and the
is in the
JSON
UI.
is the workflow. Yeah, and you can see it in the UI.
Okay.
Can you please
You're
do that? I
joining
need that.
I'm joining, Chris. Jan idea is good, but I already did it, so I will join.
So those two are now a group. What's your idea?
I have an idea, but I'm not going to do it alone because I can do it alone anytime. So if somebody joins me, I will do it. Otherwise, I'll join one of these. My idea is an SDK, a Python SDK, software development kit for n8n. So you go straight from your Pythonic data science workflows into n8n workflows for the same.
Wow, that's so cool. Hey, come on, this is text to. No, it's not. It's SDK to workflow.
Not directly, but similar. Yeah.
It's similar. It's instead of text to workflow. It's in your case, it's
Program to
it's,
workflow.
SDK to
Yeah.
very structured way to.
So n8n doesn't provide its own SDK. You're building a Python SDK
For n8n.
for it.
Exactly.
I
Yes.
would love to join you.
Awesome.
No,
I
it's
also
okay.
love
I would
to
love to join you.
Great.
It's super potential. It has a lot of.
But it does not exist yet?
No.
Okay, so at
We
least
should
I will
send
join
that
you.
for definition. It
Let's
won't
see.
be a hackathon.
Yeah, I am in a similar state. Because I have this project already a while with me. So if someone wants to join, I'm happy to do so. Otherwise, maybe I would also join you more. But I am running a podcast, and this podcast requires a lot of effort, right? Finding the guest, writing them the email, remind them that they need to show up, and then also getting the recorded files, do the transcription, do the summarizing, create the LinkedIn post, and so on and so forth. And I think that could be perfectly done if I find somehow a way to access these local files, right? That is currently the challenge. Maybe I would tackle first. It's not complicated. It just requires time and some vibe coding and connecting all of that with n8n, and then.
Like a whole workflow of content management for the podcast.
Yeah, not only content workflow, but also guest management and the whole flow of someone is interested until the final episode.
When finding the guest can be done in LinkedIn. For
Right.
example,
Yeah, perfectly. In LinkedIn,
send the message to-
Yeah.
Great.
Not sure if I personally want to do this, but an idea would be to have remote RAG on your own files in your iCloud or your Google Drive via Telegram. So that if you're out and about and you have a question that that can be answered with some content from your own personal files. You don't have to have your computer with you, and you have basically you get answers directly.
Does your PC need to be, basically, also your PC is at
That's
home?
why it's a Google Drive or iCloud. So,
Okay.
yeah.
So you sync the files in the cloud accordingly.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I should have seen something. I heard. Yeah, online folks. Sorry, my loudspeaker wasn't mute. Let's hear Mohammed's idea and then we'll come to you.
Yeah, actually, my idea is as I'm Telegram developer for years, and the most problem is the AI output is not suitable with Telegram. So always in n8n, I should make custom code to parse the output. And for example, if it is Markdown, it's very complicated. But for example, HTML, and send it to the client. So we should have aggregate. We should have custom code to just be able to have a working Telegram bot. As I found, most of the workflows working on Telegram will break if the AI agent's response is, for example, very long. It won't be sent. If it has not good response, it won't. I fixed this problem. It took me 1 week, 2 weeks to just write custom code and aggregate everything. I made a workflow. But I want to make it as an official or a community node, like output parser, which parse the AI agent, and just you can connect this output parser to your Telegram bot agent, and not trying to have any custom code. So that's my idea.
Anyone wants to join Mohammed on that? You heard the idea. Anyone else wants to pitch an idea before we close? So.
That's all the pitches.
Okay, let's do a quick review. Jan's idea is
Email to task management for employees.
exactly so email inbox manager for Outlook.
For Outlook.
You guys, where John and Shruti, you're now partnering with Jan. Okay.
Yeah.
So can I get your mic? Yeah, Ashwin, we are coming to you. Just a second, Ashwin. You have something? Someone was talking. Jay, go ahead, please.
I'd like to join Jan with the Outlook workflow automation.
Okay, so Jay is joining Jan. So you got an online contestant. Okay. So I already shared this URL on the WhatsApp group, so you can join that call to talk to him.
Okay.
You guys can exchange contacts there. And okay. All right. So let me wrap it up, guys. So that team is done. You guys can leave the room so that we can kind of like capture the ideas properly. And then
Hello.
We already got it. Let's keep it like super fluid. Yeah, who is there?
Ashwin.
Ashwin?
I would like to join that SDK team.
SDK. So that's my team, and you have another person? Chris is joining you? The Python SDK. I want to join. So Ashwin, George, Amal, and Promit. Promit, do you have another? Chris?
We have 3.
So Chris and Bam and Osam are joining the text to workflow. Promit, myself, George, and Ashwin are joining the SDK team. And
I also joined this.
oh, this is getting okay. Promit. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine to have bigger teams. That's fine. So we got 4 ideas right now. Outlook, filtering the lead management, SDK, and text-to-speech. So those 4 ideas. That's enough. That's enough. Okay, then let's get to work, guys. Wonderful. Promit, you want to lead this SDK thing? Yeah, please bring your laptop, attach it here so that we can see your screen. You want to stay here? Your team stays here? Yeah, fine for us. But we will be we'll be documenting it here as well because of the recorder. It's okay if we talk. It's okay if we talk here. That's fine. Otherwise, you can take one of those tables. Yeah. Okay, so then let's do this. Promet is coming with this computer. Then let's. So, Python SDK for n8n. We're gonna.
I'm having trouble imagining how this would be used.
This will be used by programmers. The programmers who do not like to do the drag and drop, they will go write Python code, click a button, boom.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, got it. So like
It's somehow related to this text
yeah,
speech,
so, yeah, it's
but in this case, it's a
natural
software
language,
development
like
kit.
code
Yeah.
Code to workflow. Amazing.
Yeah, it's an amazing idea. I envy
How does it
Roman.
not exist already?
It might exist. I don't know. We will Google.
Hopefully it does. Good luck, guys.
Thank you. Code node documentation, no. Convert n8n. So you're also joining the SDK?
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
say.
Okay, then let's do divide and conquer.
Can I come?
Yeah? Yeah? You're also joining the
Yeah.
Python SDK? Okay, nice. So let's get the names first. So let's get the names. Let's put Promet Ray. Who else is here? Muhammad. Am I writing Muhammad correctly?
Yeah.
Let's go with the first name so it's easier to type.
We have
And
one.
Paul. Paul. And then who else was here? George.
It's online.
For the online, I will just put online. Sorry, just to. And George, you're in Lichtenberg, I heard.
Yeah, I'm in
Ashwin.
Lichtenberg.
Who else
Was planning to
joined the
come in
SDK team
for
from
lunch,
online?
but it's going to be pretty late by the time I reach there, so it'll still online.
No problem. Who else joined the SDK team online? Was it Ashwin?
Yeah, David. Yeah.
David.
Yeah, Ashwin,
David online. Ashwin also joined?
yeah.
Okay. So this is the team of SDK. And what's the idea about? The idea is a simple SDK where programmers can write code and with a simple pipeline or process, we get a JSON file that can be used in n8n. So that's the whole idea that Mr. Promet, our amazing PhD holder, came up with and flooded this room with ideas. That's your team, my friend, and that's the idea. Do you want to change anything in the idea description?
No, exactly this.
Okay, that's nice. I have a small suggestion to make. If I run this because of the cameras attached, online people and recording, it's okay for you? Yeah, okay, fine. Then let's do that. Okay. So we have this thing running now. What do we do next? Is it okay if you can join me here so that we can point one camera? I run this, you can talk because also the microphone is near me. Yeah, you can take this seat. Mohammed, sorry.
No, okay. I just wanted to make that too close.
Yeah.
Sure.
You can come this side. You come here.
It's gonna be an amazing experience. I think it can be done in 2 hours. It's not complex. Because the metadata of the JSON is not so complex. And I believe that the meta, and we don't need to do this for all the nodes. We pick one node, we do one node with the SDK, and then we open it to the world for making it for the other SDKs. And this is your microphone, my friend. Can I clip it somewhere? There we go. And let's put one camera for us. Is it blocking the view of the screen too much for you guys? No? This? No?
Emil, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Is it gone? Yeah.
Can you help me out? Can you connect me and Jan somehow? Because
Yes.
I'm trying to connect to Jan.
Okay, I will do that.
Apparently, he's not in the Google Meet. So
Mohammed, can you please help here with connecting Dave? Who is there?
it's Jay.
Jay with Jan.
Yeah.
Connect Jay with Jan.
Jay is down.
Yeah, Jay and Jan's team there. Just connect them. I don't know how. Like maybe take the URL of the Google Meet, give it to Jan, so they can go in and then they chat with each other, exchange WhatsApp numbers and so on. Okay. So
Should we already see what's out there, competition-wise? So we are not recreating something that's
that's a good
already
idea.
there.
Yeah, you can already do that, and I will set up this space so that we can do some. This is good enough. All right. Duct tape solutions work. I'm gonna fix a few things here and then we will start debriefing on how this thing should be done.
Yeah, and how we can split it up.
Yeah, can we sit a little bit closer so that when we do this pair programming thingy that both of us are captured, that's good enough. And this is how we look when we go full screen. And we will be, since it's only 2 hours of an experience, I would suggest we just keep it like pair programming as we go. You share your screen, I share it here. The online folks sees it there. We do diagramming in here. You can see it there. And we will keep executing it that way. Alrighty, so what do we have? Your microphone is there. The online folks can hear it here. All seems to be good for me. You're checking online sources if you can find something.
Yeah.
Can you please join this call, and this meeting, so that when you're sharing something, then I can see your screen for the recording as well.
Perfect. Can you send me the link of the call?
Yes, sir. Copy.
WhatsApp or anything.
Yes. WhatsApp should be fine. Okay, so what I am going to do next is fix a small remote controller thing in here. I really like the concept because a lot of programmers don't like the fact that they want to kind of like do the drag and drop.
Yeah.
And this is so systematically doing things, and it's a nice idea. So. I think this framing is better than that. Is it disturbing you, the camera? That's fine, yeah? Nice. My setup is good here, looks good. Let me see if I can put these dual views anyway. Let's put all the Logitech cameras in place and we have a nice view. So how does the dual view look like? Show me the dual view. Nice. So when we are conversing, so we can have like a conversation like this. Other than that, we are changing camera views like this. Nice.
Perfect.
So
You need to
we're-
let me
we're
into the
in
call.
Perfect
And then we can.
place. I need to give one camera to Paul so that our conversations goes really high quality, nicely done. Which camera is that? It is. This is our camera. This is that camera. And this is Paul's camera.
Great.
Wait a minute.
behind the other camera.
No. I'm going to bring this to you right here. Is it good for you? Anyone else is joining this team? No? In person, we are only 3.
I think Muhammad?
Yeah, Mohammed. Mohammed is going to sit there, and then I will give him that camera, I think. I think then we're good to go.
He's coming back, right? Yeah.
Have a nice...
Yeah.
Or
Okay.
he's lost now.
No,
To
maybe
the other
then-
group.
Okay, so that's that camera. This is our camera.
Yes.
Because most often we will be working here, and that's a camera on all of us. And we do this here, a little bit better view. Tell me when it is a good, better view. Is it a better view this way or this way? I think this way so that people can also see the screen. This is good enough, no? The whiteboarding itself will be projected from the screen recording, so it's okay like this. All right. Any competition you found?
There is a Pi.
He told that it's in the project plan. That it's very hard to communicate now, but with send the project plan
Yeah,
to
send me
him.
this. Send me on WhatsApp. I'll project it here. I'll
Okay.
put it on the whiteboard then. Thank you.
So he do it on himself, and then they compare the results.
Wonderful. Then send me on WhatsApp this. Thank you so much for compiling that. That's so nice. Okay, then let's start. So there is nothing on the internet?
There is something. There is a PyPy project called n8n. There is n8n SDK Python from PyWheels. Most of these are just able to get the workflows that you already have.
Okay.
My screen is not.
Can you send
shared.
me?
I can send you the link.
Let me put you on the screen sharing. Did you join this call?
I'm in the call. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you have to
share
let
your
me into the
screen.
call.
I have to let.
Is the n8n client that you're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead,
I also-
please. Share your screen, so you can capture that, and give a presentation. This is basically, guys. This is a quick presentation. Which camera is that one? So this is a basic, quick presentation of permits finding from what's available in the market. So we'll see that, and then we go on.
Yeah.
Okay?
I mean, it's not really a presentation I'm looking right now, but basically you can see my screen, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we can look together. I just looked for n8n Python SDK because I was quite sure that I'm not the only one with this pain point. So what we have here is a Python client that interacts with the n8n backend. Doesn't look like much is going on here. There's an n8n SDK Python, which also doesn't seem to have a lot going on. It has dependencies with pedantic, so probably for JSON schema.
Oh, this pedantic is a big one. Like pedantic is more for AI agent development.
Exactly.
Not n8n related.
Not n8n, yeah. But it's very good for schemas and things like
Yes,
that.
yes.
Then there is PyPy with n8n. This one looks to be the most promising. This could be something that we could take as inspiration. So this connects the n8n nodes Python function with your Python functions. So n8n has this custom node where you can run Python
Yes.
scripts, where you
Yes.
can copy paste your Python scripts and run it.
Yes.
I think this is a wrapper around that.
Okay, but
Yeah.
that is not generating workflows. It's
No.
just the Python.
Yes.
The n8n Python code node.
Code node, and
Yeah.
they have a wrapper around that. So
Okay,
if you
then
have your
this is-
function, it'll basically, yeah.
I see. This is again not the most interesting
No,
thing.
but it's close.
It's close.
Then we have this GitHub thing that I'm seeing now, n8n nodes Python. What does this do?
How big is the GitHub repository? Like number of stars, old? It's almost 200. How old? 3 years old. So it's obsolete.
Obsolete.
Yeah.
Then we don't need to look at it.
No.
Then it looks like we don't have so much direct competition. Maybe we can check the Reddit. Is there a way to install?
How old is it? 6 months old. Reddit. That's a good question. Is there a way to install Python? Depends. No, that's not this. How to run Python scripts and apps in n8n. That's easy. That's the code.
Let's look at the n8n community.
How to integrate the n8n.
Is it possible to integrate the n8n within a web app which is written by Flask and Python? Yeah, this is possible via API, and this is also what they said. n8n uses API authentication.
This is in the authentication layer of this, yeah. To be honest, I have a suggestion, my friend. You decide, you're the team lead. I would say, let's build it.
Let's do it, yeah.
Yeah? What do you think?
Yeah, of course.
The market is, right now we don't see that the market is happening or there is something in the market. Like, what do you guys say? Like, do you want to start right away or should we?
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's do it then. So how should we do it? Should we start?
We can go back to your. We can go back to your board. You had a board, right? We can go back to that.
There's my board.
You can share, and we can see what needs to be done, and then we can figure out whether it makes sense to split.
So this is what we are looking for. So we have n8n on one side, and we have Python in the other side, right?
Exactly.
So let's say main.py. And this main.py should generate kind of like sample.json. This is how I see it. Please let me know if I have to change this anyway around. So it produces this, and then we import it here. No real time needed for now. If we can.
Sorry, I can't see anything.
I'm not seeing a screen. I don't see a screen anymore.
Good point. All right.
No, I stop sharing. So you can share.
I will share it in just a sec.
Excuse me?
Yeah. All of you in camera. He has that on him. You have this. Yeah.
From all sides.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So here I see it like this. Do you have any different?
This is already great, but I wanted to even get rid of the sample.json. So directly from main.py, you have the n8n localhost running directly from py into n8n.
I thought about this, but I would not do.
That's a little harder.
I don't want to go in this route because of one thing, because it will overcomplicate and it will suck the time of us wiring things up that goes directly from Python to n8n instead of like producing this file. Producing the file, uploading it there is a clunky UX, but it will allow us to go faster. If this route is correct, then this route can be done later on.
Yeah, that's true.
For today, we can go with this route because it's so simple.
Yeah.
How hard is it to write a file on the desk using Python? It's not that hard.
No.
How hard is it to write a script in Python that connects with n8n and it puts the files in the right places that n8n understands? So we need to understand how n8n architecture works so that it can read that file from that workflow and the configuration of that file.
Exactly.
You guys agree with that?
I have a question. The file, what is the content of the sample JSON? Is it data that will be used in the workflow, or is it a workflow?
It's a workflow. So it has the node information. It usually has authentication information as well, right?
Yeah.
So it's a complete workflow that is.
Yeah. So you basically go to n8n and you import JSON, and then you see the whole workflow on your screen. That's how it works.
So we can also have a quick look at that, okay? So let's do a quick look on an n8n workflow. Oh, as we said earlier, let's put one simple workflow in place and automate that.
Perfect.
What could it be?
The one you showed us, like as example?
The 30 minutes?
Yeah.
The simple workflow. This one, I need to tidy it up again. So this with the loop and everything, but this is too complex. I want to create like a very simple one, like the hello world. So we can do that, we do all the wirings properly, and then we do the next step. So the first step would be without the loops. let's get the loops out of there. So it's a simple workflow, and then we want to generate this from Python code. That's the whole idea. What do you say?
Yeah.
So if I do this, and then I see the outcome, and if I run my Python, it will give me a JSON like this. I'll come to this online question. Somebody asked the question. So here, if my Python can write 160 lines of code from a Python SDK, then I'm in a good situation.
Exactly. That would be the idea. Yeah.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, sir.
I want to create 1,000 emails with n8n in a loop.
Yeah.
How would you recommend?
Respect the sending limit of the email provider. Put a timer limit like this. There's a wait, n8n, this thing, wait, and then put that kind of like throttling, the old school throttling. Do a throttling between the 1,000 emails. So for example, if you want to send 1,000 emails and you're using Gmail, ChatGPT, what is the sending quota per day? And then do the throttling in here. But running a workflow for, let's say, multiple days is not a good idea. Then use a scheduled trigger. Scheduled trigger so that it's
my question is much more basic. Also, assuming that there's no problem with the capacity, just what nodes would you...
Gmail node. So use Gmail node, and then it has like send message here.
Custom code, okay.
Send message. And then it will send an email to a given email address. And then the title, the subject will be the automated, yeah.
Okay, so Gmail, and then for the 1,000 iterations, what would you use? The loop node?
I would do it this way. I would use a Supabase. I would put a schedule trigger. I would put some logic to create like this. Let's say if it's Gmail, I think Gmail per day is 500 emails or something, or 300.
They can.
It doesn't have limit.
No, I just wanted to get the steps, like the flow, so we can split and say who does what. But we can already start brainstorming. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what would be your approach? What would make sense?
Generate email.
Yeah.
I think we want to start from an endpoint, right? So we want to be able to get a Python.
Don't loop it 1,000 times. Put a schedule so that you can take one chunk at a time, because you need to respect the limits. If you shoot 1,000 emails, your email will be identified as a spammer. So you need to do the throttling. You need to find out where to do the throttling.
So your input is going to be a Python script, your
day.
output is going to be
So you need to
n8n JSON.
save the state of email sent, true, false, in Supabase. Or not Supabase, in a Google Sheet, let's say. And then each time, every day at 3 p.m. when you pick it, or every hour you pick it, and then you see how many were sent. And today, like, is it 300 already? Or every hour you send 20, 30 emails. Every hour you send 20, 30 emails. Every hour.
This via an agentic interface, SDK. Yeah.
Yeah. Good luck.
Hello.
Jan,
and getting the Python.
Please find him from. Are you connected, Jay, with Jan?
Not yet. That is the reason I.
Mohammed, did it work? The connection with Jay and Jan?
I just sent you soon.
Yeah.
You told that you would send
Exactly.
it to him.
Yeah.
Oh, you sent me something?
Yeah. You mentioned that send it to me and you will send to him.
Okay.
But I can also.
This could be done with Cursor or Claude or something, right? We don't need to do it ourselves.
No, we will use one of the whiteboarding tools.
No,
definitely.
please connect. This is the message.
I think we need to have a separate meeting for a group.
I will.
Okay. Yeah. What you sent me is this
groups,
text.
yeah?
Yeah?
There are two groups in this meeting.
No. True. There are two groups in this meeting.
I see.
So Jan's group, one of Jan's members is also in this meeting. So they need to move to the other.
What is the name?
Jay.
Yeah.
Jane. Jay. Okay, sorry for that small detour.
No
We're
problem.
good with this approach. We don't go with this line, and then we go here. What's the number one thing we do? We use Vibebox, or we vibe code, or we write code?
That is entirely your wish. We won't write code, we'll vibe code.
Vibe code. Then
But whether with Vibebox or otherwise, that's up to you.
Then let's do it with Vibebox, because Vibebox is already there, and it will make our life much easier. I was running it right somewhere. I think it was here. Yeah, it is this one. I'm going to check out a new branch, call it SDK, Python SDK,
n8n.
n8n,
n8n client.
Python SDK. I like the term SDK in it. Python SDK. I think it's descriptive enough. So we were already running it inside a container. If I didn't kill the container, is this container? Or this is another one? I think it is still running. That's good. This is still running.
In fact, we can directly chat via. You have a voice. You have a transcriptor
Yes,
tool, right?
I do.
You have.
I will turn it on, and then you do
You
your.
have Super Whisper, right?
I do as
Yeah, yeah.
Super Whisper. Let me see if the MCP connection is still running. Nice, it is running. Perfect. We're pretty much ready to do this. So what I will do is take. Okay, I have one small idea that I usually do. I copy this. I go to ChatGPT. Let's go to ChatGPT. I paste this thing in here based on my, take this PRD template, and I will send you some information, fit it there. I prompt it like this, and then it's waiting for my information. And now it's the time to dictate and dump our idea here, okay?
Go ahead, do it. I want to create a Python SDK for n8n that takes the pain away concerning getting Python programs running on n8n with custom specifications. If I'm a data scientist, if I'm looking to execute something custom in Python, but I want n8n workflows for that, I want an interface to do this. Give me some ideas.
Okay, wait a minute. I will enrich it a little bit because here we are giving him instructions. I will do that in just a sec.
We need to have a client which will interact based on webhook and thing.
Correct.
We'll see.
Yes. Let me.
That's a good point. We can put that into the prompt as well.
Yeah, your name is Promit, right? Or Mohammed?
My name is Promit. Hi.
Okay.
Yeah, it was Promit speaking. So let's see. The vibe stage or a vibe box needs this PRD. And the PRD needs to talk about technical architecture, development roadmap, and logical dependency chains and risks and mitigation and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
I will enrich this a little bit. Who was speaking earlier? Ashwin, or who was it? You said you need client. Can you enrich that, please? Okay. Until you come back, I will enrich it a little bit with this. So I would like you to create a Python SDK where based on a documentation that I can read from README file of this repository, I should be able to understand how nodes are connected with each other, and these nodes are basically n8n nodes. So from Python SDK, I should be able to write code in Python that has all the attributes of an n8n node that are transpiled from Python code into a JSON file that should be stored in a file called sample.json. Whenever I'm running this main.py file, the output of that should be on the disk saved as a sample, or let's say workflow.json file. This is how I see it. The way I prompt PRDs is usually like this, instruction based. But if you ask it to come up with ideas, then the PRD itself won't be so directive. It will be kind of open. So therefore, I do this. There was some client comment. Ashwin, was it you or someone else? I didn't see who was talking.
I have put inside the chat. So we need an n8 client which will take in URL and endpoint. And I don't know from where you get the webhook ID, or can you help me?
No, we are not looking to make API calls, right?
Yeah, this is misunderstood. Ashwin, we are not making API calls. We're creating an SDK that generates JSON files.
Yeah, understand. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, perfect.
That's okay.
Then we go with that. So I want to create Python SDK. I think that's good enough. And then we will read the entire thing again. I will also ask it to create it. Yeah, this is magic.
Yeah.
It's magic. Can you make it as a canvas? Then with the canvas, we can comment on particular spaces in that. Okay. I think it will be done in 30 minutes.
The Hello World example, yes, but any program?
No, that is gonna take 400 SDK. I believe every single SDK need to go through this, and I have a cool idea for that. I'll explain it how. The idea to train how these things should be done is like this. We get this n8n for every single node. For example, for click, I believe it should be done like this. Wait a minute. So if I take the click node and I copy the JSON of click node, this is this much JSON.
Correct.
And then if I copy the node of HTTP request, and then this is this much JSON. And then we train per node in the prompt, in the system prompt, I think it's enough. The system prompt is big enough that can encapsulate, I don't know, 50 nodes, 20 nodes, 20 top nodes. And then we train the model like this, not even the model. Well, actually the model. We do a ChatGPT call.
It'll have to be some LLM API call which has a very good system prompt so that it's able to connect the JSONs in the same way as the Python program. Right?
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. So since we need to do these three, I am gonna bring those three separately. So here we have these three separate files. Maybe architecture-wise, do you think we can create a folder on the top and then we put it there?
Yeah,
that makes sense.
let's do that.
Yeah. So before going there, I would like to commit this. It's going to go to the Vibebox repository. Let's create a repository for this. I'm going to call it n8n Python SDK. Leave it public. Okay.
Do we all have access or?
It's public. You can. I will send the link. Wait a minute. There we go. Okay, so the repository is ready for you guys here. And you guys can access it from this one, and then an initial comment is there. Now, we said we're gonna save these three files separately, these three nodes, and then use that as a source, and then makes sense. Then let's create a structure here. Well, the folder structure doesn't need to be exactly as we want to do it. So since I moved the project, let me quickly spin off that from the other container, from this one, so that we do not modify it in the wrong place. Yes, please reload this. It's in the container, and it's spinning off all those environment variables and so on.
Cursor is already.
Yeah.
I tried the same thing with cursor and it's already built something, but we'll compare notes.
Yeah. That's good.
Once
Then
I
we
have
can.
something.
With this way, then we have like this Taskmaster running under the hood.
Yeah.
Let's see if that thing gets off faster.
Also, I'm curious, what happened to the ChatGPT PRD?
That we're coming back to
Oh, yeah,
that.
coming back.
We'll review it. We'll comment in every single section. We'll bring it back to Vibebox, and then Vibebox will create all the tasks.
Okay,
and then we'll let it run in YOLO mode for half an hour, and then everything is done. Yeah. So this is running.
And then
Exactly. Before we go to lunch, we'll do this thing in there. Yeah. Good point. So it's still running. Let's see.
Y'all can also try spin up some other agent and run the same. See what comes.
Yeah, exactly.
Then we'll merge all
You
the
guys
ideas.
can
Exactly.
keep generating it. Ashwin, you can already generate it on
this
your
is also now
side
doing
with
on its own.
whatever.
Yeah, I'll spin up
I'm
something.
doing it using Gemini.
Gemini, perfect.
Excellent.
Gemini CLI. Then we have like multiple agents.
Using Gemini, so the result.
Then let's see.
Let's change the model.
But my prompt is little unstructured. Can you help me with the prompt again?
The actual prompt that is gonna be there is this ChatGPT thing that's coming up next. This is gonna be the whole prompt in here.
No, but I think they want the prompt that you put into ChatGPT to get this. That's what they're asking, right?
I see. So this, because here, this allows me now to do individual contextual thing, but the prompt that I had was something like this. I'll copy paste it to you. But this is only, this context, this template is only something we need for, I think it trimmed it. I can't send long text here. Wait a minute, let me see, how can I see you?
Till the UI UX flow I want.
Oh, wait a minute, I will create a shareable link so that you can get it from there. Here, take the link that I sent you here. So what I think we can do here is, let me spin off this Vibebox properly in the other repository that we have created and make sure that everything is running properly. Nice, this is good. Fingers crossed that all the settings are done properly. MCP list, please work. If this thing goes connected, then I will be happy. Otherwise, I will make sure that it works. No, it didn't work. I think something is broken.
I think there were some connection issues in the logs.
There was? I should have seen that. Oh, there we go. It's connected. So there was something running in the background. Perfect. So we have this thing running now. This is now running on the new one, which is SDK, Python SDK. Perfect. So that we can keep pushing things in here, and then we keep things clear from this side. So let's go to Python SDK. The Git status says it's clear. This is Python SDK, then why am I seeing this diff here?
The Taskmaster, that's all from Taskmaster.
This all needs to be checked in already. What's wrong? Am I in the wrong project?
No, you don't have the git ignore, just update the git ignore to...
No. This, what I'm seeing needs to be checked in. This all needs to be checked in.
Oh,
And I hear the git ignore is fine. Here it's correct. I think I span off a wrong project earlier. I should have span off this project. Then let's do it one more time. That enthusiasm we'll go one more time. I need to clean up that container. Oh, it's too late. Which container was? Then I will leave both containers running.
Yeah.
I don't know which container was this one, but let's see. And there we go. It's done. And I'm gonna spin off Claude, MCP check, and connection most probably will work. And there we go. This is correct. This seems to be I'm on the right one. And this is this one. What's this one? I can literally move this one here so that we don't have more distraction on our screen. Okay, dokie. This is also connected. The MCP is connected. Wonderful. So we're pretty much done. This only local setting things. That's okay. That
Now it says Taskmaster AI failed. Is that just because?
It's only because I pressed Control C. I want to run it in dangerous mode, and then do another check. Yeah, it's connected. All good. So what I want to do now is the following thing. Mr. Promet, your brain needs to be captured in here, in this PRD. So we have this. We're going to spend enough time to make sure to give this to Vibebox in a detailed way. If this goes wrong, Vibebox is going to go in YOLO mode and it's going to produce wrong results. Our task as senior engineers is that this document is done in extremely detailed and an extremely correct way.
Exactly.
All the brainstormings that we're going to do now, we do it now. Once we let it keep running, then it's too late to change it because it's like a flood of code happening. And then changing it later on is too much work. So let's spend time here. I'm gonna read it out loud, and please interrupt me at any time. Then we fix it in that moment by asking AI like this to change something. So the SDK aimed to remove the friction of manually building workflows in n8n UI. Correct? Is that correct?
That is correct. But is that the real pain point? The friction is to, have custom Python code show up in n8n, right?
Okay. Then
So remove
let's try
the friction of going from Python code to workflows in n8n.
Nochmal bitte?
The friction is going from Python workflows, custom Python functions to n8n nodes that work.
Okay. The friction going on functions in n8n. Nodes that work, okay? Then enable programmatic generation of workflows with Python?
Yes.
You agree with that? Let developers customize nodes, execute environments, Python scripts, data parsing. This, I think, is over.
Manage automation pipeline as a code.
Very nice.
Manage n8n automation
Pipeline
from Python as a code. From
I think he
Python.
said pipelines, right?
Yeah. I'll give. Okay.
Pipeline as a code? Did you say it like this?
Yeah.
Pipeline as a
one
Pipeline.
I put it in the chat. Okay.
Pipeline as a code. Okay. Then let's go on. Provide an intuitive API while maintaining compatible. This especially. Okay. One note I want to do here is maybe important note, especially it goes on top of the prompt, so it will be respected a lot, is your current focus is to build only an MVP that works on the following n8n nodes. Click trigger, HTTP request, Google Sheet node. Click trigger node, HTTP request node, Google Sheet node. And you have access to those files from /n8n workflows folder. each having their file name with a JSON file format, okay? So that's what we said earlier. We're gonna do some architecture here. n8n sample workflows or workflows. No, actually n8n nodes, because it's gonna be one node per file, one node here, no? Click, or maybe we put triggers in one.
We
Or
could
maybe
do that.
prefix. Yeah, exactly. Let's do that later. Click trigger. .json, and then bring that click trigger JSON in here. And then the next one is HTTP request node.json, and bring that in here. And then this is particularly, what is it called? Append or update row in sheet, but it's called something else actually. Google Sheets node. That's only an action of that node. So it's called Google Sheets node, no? It's called Google Sheets node.json. Save. Time to add it in n8n nodes. Okay. Now what's next? Next is that we continue our prompt, PRD prompt, okay? That's important nodes there. This especially values for it's okay. I think this can stay before the important node. It's just the value prop. Okay, the core features, workflow definition in Python. What does this do? Developers define the workflows. Why it's important, eliminates the UI, how it works. Developers define this, generates workflow.json. Nice. So this is a pseudocode that the LLM generated. I think this is good enough, huh?
It's really nice.
What we can do is generate this sample according to that what we have done. So I'm gonna do this
for your nodes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that this LLM right now, ChatGPT 5, knows n8n, knows this JSON, and probably will generate this code exactly based on our example, not on this fictitious example of reading binary files. So that the Claude code, when it's going to go in YOLO mode, do not hallucinate and generate some readme binary files. Okay? Can you change this example code to produce something like the following workflow and the entire JSON, and I hope it's gonna know what I'm talking about.
What are these IDs in the JSON files you just copied? I think there are some. Can you just
constants?
Yeah, there are instance ID and stuff.
Yeah, this is my instance ID. My
Would you want to
n8n.
remove that because we don't want to have your instance ID?
That's a good point. We're gonna anonymize all this data. Good point. We'll do that. Or maybe we'll just leave one. It's still thinking. We'll just leave one note that, hey, those IDs are just random numbers. Don't worry about that. Yeah, good point.
We need a config file so that they can enter their respective IDs.
Good point. How do we? No, this is the thing. Ashwin, who was talking? Ashwin?
Ashwin.
Yeah, Ashwin. I think the best approach on that's a config. I wouldn't do config yet. It produces the JSON. We copy paste the JSON. The JSON won't work on my system, especially authentication. We'll then go double click and then do the authentication on the UI of n8n. It's the same way if I provide you this thing right now. If I provide you this
you will
copy,
have to go to every node and add your
change your own authentication. Like you double click here, and then you go and change your authentication here. We're not going to automate the authentication layer, so no config, no instance, no nothing
Exactly.
there.
Not
Just
right now, but that will be the final.
Our successful outcome will be that if I run that Python script, and I see this thing, and it works, it is amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah.
So here's the code that is now changed. So it says the node, nice, it is already giving the ID and everything, that's good. Especially with this, you can think about like, my mind blows right now what I can do with this. Like if I can control the IDs that is generated from there, then I can easily run a lot of automation. Like, evaluation on this, nice. So the name of that type, okay. It's called a trigger node, HTTP node, Sheets node, it extracted everything nicely done there. This is the right syntax of Python?
Yeah.
The way it is saying, it's so
Yeah,
JSON.
yeah.
So JSON is a first class citizen in Python? Yeah?
What do you mean?
It's a kind of now dictionary.
Can you repeat?
Yeah,
It's
that's
good?
a dictionary. That's
Okay.
not a JSON. That's a dictionary. Yeah.
Okay, then it's very
Completely
similar.
fine. Yeah.
Nice. Add, connect, and then export. Perfect. Looks good to me. So this is going to be the code of our SDK. All right. And I think until here we're good. Now let's see what else did it do. So we make sure that this PRD do not have any hallucinations running in there. Node abstraction layer. What it does. It provides Python classes to define n8n nodes, including built-in custom Python function nodes. Why it's important, how it works, each node n8n. Okay, that looks good. JSON workflow export. What it does, transpiles Python-defined workflows into fully compliant JSON n8n. Why it's important, automates workflow creation. How, okay. CLI support, no, we don't need CLI support. That's illustration. You're okay with that deletion? Okay, nice. Let's go to the next step. Then user experience. User personas. Data scientists want to run custom Python scripts with n8n workflows without touching the UI. Nice.
Yeah.
Automation. This is the
This is the deal. Yeah.
This is the beauty of Taskmaster. This is not me. This is now Taskmaster giving me that template, and all of these little dots that I have connected together using those 20 hours of my time building Vibebox is now giving us such a detailed prompt.
But that comes from your PRD example, right?
That PRD was from Taskmaster. Okay. That PRD was generated by Taskmaster. I copied it, brought it in ChatGPT 5. Now I'm going to, in the next steps, you'll see that I'm taking it back to Vibebox. And then it's going to go in a YOLO mode. Okay, dokie. So what's next? User personas we did. Automation engineers need programmatic control over the ML and ML engineers, same use case. Key user flows. Install SDK, pip install SDK. This is gonna hallucinate a little bit. Should we keep it? Should we not produce the SDK now? The logic sits in a file next to the main.py. I don't want to get involved in SDK production.
As a library, yeah.
As a library. So let's actually change this entire thing and say it like this. As an MVP of this program, I do not want to get involved into creating a Python library. I would like to keep the code that generates this in another file called sdk.py or n8n-sdk.py on the same repository in the root folder inside a folder called SDK, so that I reduce the amount of work for myself in order to maintain a library, meanwhile build this for a hackathon. So change this user workflow accordingly. All right, so this should do the job for me in a minute.
Isn't it n8n SDK, the name little bit not serving a purpose? It can be Python for n8n or something like that.
It's a pip install, so it's in the Python world. Okay. And I think it's good to keep it like this, n8n SDK, or maybe we can play around with the naming better later on, so that it is a kind of like a agnostic language or agnostic SDK. Yeah. Then we can vibe code the same thing and then say, now generate a TypeScript SDK, now generate a PHP SDK, and because it's vibe coding and it can generate all the other languages.
Okay.
So where was that user experience? Key user workflows, clone the repository. Now it's Now it's going in that direction. You see that? Clone repository, keep SDK, author main repo root, run Python script. Okay, perfect. It is basically reading everything from this file. And then later on, we take that one file and then we generate or convert that as an SDK, and then pip install n8n SDK will be the final destination. Not that final destination. The movie. Okay. We're ready to go to the next step. UI UX consideration. Focus on developer experience rather than GUI.
That makes sense.
That makes sense? Provide excellent documentation with examples. That also makes sense. Ship a sample project with a pre-built main. Perfect. That also makes sense. System components. Python SDK core. No. I will prompt it differently because it didn't change the entire PRD. It changed only a part of it. This part now needs to follow the prompt that I have just submitted earlier, that we are not going in the SDK generation side. We are going to go with a file sitting inside this SDK folder. So please update the rest of the document wherever you see this Python SDK core or anything related to building a Python SDK, update it to kind of like have this SDK folder for the simplicity of this. And there we go. It's now going to scan the rest of the document, and okay, that's nice. Okay. System SDK transpile engine logic inside the okay. Schema validator. Optional later. Should we do a schema validation now? Or it's too much? If it's an error, it's going to be an error popping up in n8n anyways.
On the other hand, it's very logical from the examples you gave. Should be not.
Oh, I see. So you're saying that the examples will enforce the generator to throw error early on if we put the n8n validator. Yeah. Then let's not make it optional. Let's remove the optional part. I'm afraid if it's gonna bloat the project. That's my fear.
Then remove it and let's do it in the next iteration.
Yeah, let's do that. Where was
Even
it?
the ChatGPT or any LLM will usually verify the schema out there. So
Yeah. Where was it? Schema validator here. Okay. Yeah, I think if it fails, then it will not get us that incomplete workflow, and we'll be stuck so much on the CLI trying to please the schema validator and not have time to bring it to real life in n8n. n8n will throw errors when the schema is not matching. So let's see the error coming from n8n, not from our middleware schema validator, because that will only kind of like do a very regex level schema validation, but the schema validation that happens inside n8n canvas is way more to the point. Exactly. And it changes and evolves. When I was writing this, I thought about like, oh shit, we are doing our schema training, this one node JSON training on a snapshot basis. So there should be like a loop running, like a cron job or something to keep extracting the latest ones. n8n workflows, yeah. Okay, and also it changes from version to version, so it's the version control needs to be done.
Somewhere inside n8n they should have JSON files defining the.
Yeah, there must be something like one big, yeah. It should be somewhere in a repository, and then we keep seeing that. Okay, that's done. Then pure optional integration directly push workflows into running. What's this? Future optional? No, then if it's future, I'm gonna kick you out. Sorry. And Infrastructure requirements. Why is it jumping back and forth when I click delete something? Right here, no? No, it's system core data model. Looks fine to me. I think it got it, right? Because of the copy paste of the JSON files that we had. I have one more thing to add in this PRD, or at least not in the PRD, is the training of these three together. Look, these individual ones are there. I want to have, what's your opinion on this? That these individual ones are there, that's fine. I want to train this based on all of them together. So they know how these nodes can be glued together.
Connected, exactly.
Yeah. So then I will put that somewhere in another folder. Let's call this, let's have, for the sake of cleanness, one folder called n8n. In there, it will be kind of n8n nodes. And then there could be another folder there called n8n workflows, sample workflows. And then we call it workflow 1 or something, or for now, just workflow 1 or 001 to make sure we have enough for sorting purposes. And then I copy paste the entire thing. And then in our ChatGPT examples and so on, we'll put that in together.
Does this mean you can remove n8n from all the folders?
No, that's good for the LLM to find it out. Okay, so what I wanted to do was in this PRD, I want to touch that folder structure a little bit because we didn't have that in there before. So user experience we touched, models we touched, development roadmap. Just before the development roadmap, I want to do this folder structure. You have, let's ask AI to. So we have a folder structure like this. There's a root folder called, there's a root folder called n8n. Inside that, there are two folders. One is for all the nodes, and one is for a few example workflows that contains all these nodes connected together so that the ChatGPT or the LLM call that is doing this transpilation. My friend, why do we need to do the ChatGPT call? I don't think so. We need to do the ChatGPT call for transpilation.
For this
it's one-to-one.
It's working.
It's serialization.
If it's only these things, then you don't need to. But you want to train it so that it's able to do it in general, right? Or do you just want it for this?
That's the question. Do we want to create it as a generative thing, or do we want to?
I had in mind the generative thing.
No, if there's a generative thing, tomorrow somebody will ask me, I have a Gemini subscription. Why do I want this SDK? I can generate from this Gemini or ChatGPT itself. Why do I want SDK?
Because you might have custom Python code. You might write something in Python as a data science pipeline, and you want to bring that into your workflow. How will you do that with Gemini?
That's correct. But if in an organization, if you think like I'm working for a consultant, like a service-based organization that is doing work to another organization, so they won't allow this kind of thing. So that there we need this
for privacy reasons. Yeah.
Their SDK will play a great role, but there if you add generative into it, they will come up with 100 questions. That's my
that is true.
The ChatGPT call will generate JSON based on the architecture goes like this, right? Right now it goes like this. There's this engine.py that understands your dictionary and generates a JSON from that in a serialized way. If we bring in ChatGPT in between, then with this sample tree, it will expand the origin to all 400 native integrations. potentially, if the LLM understands that. How about we keep a flag on that? Generate with SDK, generate with AI. A config flag. Yeah? Let's do that. And then the MVP, we can go without the config flag, and then if time allowed, we can do it after that. That'd be so cool, yeah. Cool. Let's do that. So let me put this folder structure idea first, and then the AI config flag.
Does it make sense to test for a few nodes as AI config, few common nodes, so
Exactly.
that it doesn't generate a complete mess?
Exactly.
Say that, okay.
That's, to be honest, it is already, if the engine.py can generate this workflow based on that JSON, I would do the AI agent. We need to see how many nodes are there that are really common, let's say 50. And then if that fits inside the context window of Gemini, 1 million tokens, it's super big, it's 3,500 pages. And then I believe that the quality of the generation of new nodes based on, or new combination of nodes based on that is going to be really high. And let's discuss that when we get to that topic of AI config flag, okay? So the folder structure here goes like this. Can you please create this new topic and here add the following information? There is a folder on the root level called n8n. Inside that we have two folders, n8n-nodes, n8n-workflows. n8n-nodes has the sample of individual node JSON files. The file name goes as it is already mentioned. And then the workflows have these particular nodes in combination so that we understand how do they merge together, so that the engine that is generating these JSON files can understand how to put together these n8n nodes. Let's see if AI can get my point here. Otherwise, then we can write it ourselves. So here it's putting this. At the root level, you have this n8n folder. n8n nodes contains all the... There's something wrong. It keeps jumping back up. Yep, that works. Yep, it got it. Look at the speed. This is so good. Like, I think it's gonna go from our voice to our thinking. I think about something and then it's gonna work. Okay. So we do that. I really hate this bug in ChatGPT UI. Okay, that's good. That's good. The models we did, folder structure. Then, nice. It's good. So AI config. AI config flag. I'm gonna speak on the microphone and interrupt me by raising your hand so that I can close my sentence and give it to you, and then you continue talking so that there's one voice goes to the ChatGPT. Okay? Anyone who wants to join.
We can do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, dokie. So basically what I would like to do is with this feature called AI config flag, I would like to add a config on the root folder. If this AI config flag is turned on, based on the sample data that's available in the n8n folder with all the nodes, n8n-nodes, JSON files, and workflows, n8n-workflows, all the JSON files inside that, and all the SDK engine Python files. I want to do a ChatGPT call using the ChatGPT 5 model and prompt it to generate a workflow based on the Python script that I have written, in this case being main.py. And then the workflow.json file that is generated is not a transpilation of one-on-one comparison of my dictionary from my Python file into that JSON file, but it goes through an LLM call and it comes back to me using ChatGPT function calling, so that the metadata and everything is controlled through that. Or maybe the entire output is one JSON file that ChatGPT 5 produces, and then I get that and put it into the workflow.json file on the root of the folder.
The OpenAI API calls need to be modular and need to be made in a way that the Python program's function is captured accurately into the nodes. Make sure that the nodes are executed and produce the same result as the Python program that triggered this page.
And additionally, you need to also put the ChatGPT call and ChatGPT API in the environment variables in a configurable way so that I can change my LLM to the following ones: Gemini, Anthropic, ChatGPT.
Sound good?
Because that no will go to prompt as prompt injection. Wait a minute. Thank you. I don't know where that thank you comes from. It is database. Huh?
It's reading our minds. We're all saying thank you. Thank you for showing.
No, I have seen this happening a lot. Like the transcript, when it is not understanding, it produces something that's biased towards that thing.
Maybe an Indian guy is working behind. Thank you for
Thank you for doing this.
Oh, sorry. Okay, so AI config goal goes like this. Since it's a very complex module of this, it's gonna.
It's done a fantastic job.
It has done a fantastic job. We need to be careful to read through it. Or I have the following idea, because we are running out of time. Unless you want to sit until 5 p.m. You're okay to sit until 5 p.m.
Potentially, yeah, 3 would be nice.
3? Okay. So 2, we're almost running out of time. So we have only 40 minutes left.
Yeah.
Before leaving for lunch, let's say in 30 minutes or 25 minutes, I want to let this YOLO mode run.
Yeah.
Okay, so then we do it this way. We blindly accept that this is done properly, and it's going to end up as a separate task on Taskmaster. And we can go and reiterate this when we have time. Since we are running out of time, we're going to put the entire AI chunk as a secondary priority for now.
Just something, for example, if we don't do this, when you have Gemini CLI, you have the context of the code and it can just easily make workflows based on the current code. So, I mean, this is very good, but this is something anyone can do without
the SDK.
Without the SDK.
Yeah.
I mean, just and Gemini CLI in your application, in your code, say make workflows for me based on the context of the code.
Yeah, makes sense.
So even we can do that. So say run Gemini CLI, for example, we just have a config. If you have Gemini CLI, just run this file and we just write a prompt. And okay, in the prompt say read these files, and based on this generate the workflow. And just run a Python file that calls Gemini CLI, gets the context, run the prompts, and make it done.
Yeah.
So we don't need any config, we don't need any code, just one prompt and one file that's calls Gemini CLI, even not external API, nothing. We can do the same for this cloud. The cloud also has a CLI.
Yeah, we can do that. But as a secondary, because we are running out of time,
I mean,
and I want to run this.
Easier. I mean,
Yeah.
if we even remove all of those, it can just be one file running.
Definitely, we can revisit the entire AI thing if the first, because we can't test both of them together. We have to test them one by one. If the non-AI feature works, we separately deal with that, and then if the AI feature works, we separately deal with that. Yes, sir. Yeah, I'll finish this and then come to you, if that's fine. I'll be there. So one small thing here I will add
But what you're saying, you could also do in Cursor, right? You could just have a Python program and say, for this program, write me an n8n JSON file. That's basically what you're saying, right?
I mean, we are implementing this in our code, but it makes it complex. We can just...
I mean, but then you could also copy-paste Python code into ChatGPT and say, give me an n8n workflow. We want to interface it in a way that you write something in Python, it shows up in your n8n workflow immediately. This is what this was my original thought. So I add something, some function, some custom node, some machine learning thing. This shows up in the Python workflow. Would this be possible with Gemini CLI or with Cursor or with?
No, it's just general code generator. Yeah. Okay, so the PRD is done. The work, everything is done. We copy this. This is how the.
But should we add his point? So he's basically saying that you can use the Gemini CLI, so you can add that into the AI config as well if you like.
Okay, I will add that in just a minute.
What I was doing is Gemini CLI has context of the code. So even you have a custom code, Gemini CLI has the context. So just was with one prompt to Gemini CLI, say read my Python code, custom code, and then generate workflows and save it in this folder.
Yeah, but that is the same as copy pasting that code into ChatGPT or into.
No, for copy paste you don't need always copy paste.
Yeah, I understand, but yeah.
I like that approach more than an Anthropic API call.
Yeah, I mean you don't need any API key, any config. Just one prompt, one file. You run that. It's Gemini CLI has the context of the code, and we save the config file in the workflows.
Yeah,
that's done. Just one direct call to Python con, and it's done. We don't need any config. Yeah. Say if you have Gemini CLI running, just run this.
That's why I want to even eliminate the AI feature from the current discussion, because that's bloating the context right now. The context, not context, but the context of our conversations. Right now, let's remove the AI feature.
Yeah, I mean
because
the AI feature,
there are more options in it.
No, I mean for the AI feature, just please one file that I can write prompts that we pass to Gemini CLI and do the work, something like that.
But we don't have time for that. We have 20 minutes before we.
I mean in the prompts, instead of that long prompt, say very simpler approach.
But what I'm trying to say is let's eliminate the AI flag entirely from the current project. We will put it later on, but let's eliminate the entire CLI thingy in it.
That will make the project very complex, specifically the configs, all of this config setting, calling.
This provider, that provider.
But I like the approach with the Gemini or any CLI, Gemini or Claude CLI, because then it is sitting on your desk. And it already can read your file or files. And then it can generate the JSON file much faster.
And also it can save to your repository directly.
Look, the reason I want to remove it right now is because the moment we touch it, it kind of branches in a lot of different ideas and a lot of different conversations. Because from what you said, now I say that, what if we build MCP interfaces for our SDK that interfaces through MCP, CLI, the Gemini CLI or the Cloud Code CLI. But it is bloating from 20 minutes that we have left.
I thought the same thing. I was thinking a wrapper CLI, a CLI for the CLI. So we can just,
So I'm going to do this. I'm going to copy the entire PRD, and I will, just for the sake of storing it,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to put it inside Taskmaster docs PRD, and I'll call another one PRD with AI flag.txt. I'll keep it there just so that we preserve that, and I will do this thing. Added AI related PRD just for the backup, and then in this PRD that we're going to initiate the YOLO mode, we are going to remove the entire AI flag topic just so that it doesn't overbloat the current YOLO mode, because this consumes tokens, and this is something we do not have time to argue,
check,
check, so on. It doesn't make sense to burn all those tokens for generating it. All right? Now this becomes our prd.txt, and it's time to let the YOLO mode run.
That's great. I think the beautifulness of our project is that it can be run without an LLM. So just the code and makes workflows.
Yeah.
That's very beautiful.
Yeah, but I think it's going to break in a lot of fronts. But let's see. Let's see. Okay, so the next step of Vibe stage is this. You do a prompt here. You do it like this. You say, take prd.txt and use the Taskmaster MCP interface and create all the tasks that are required. Don't ask me any questions. Do it all by yourself in one go.
Thank you so much.
So it goes on with that. I cannot choose, sorry.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
I am injured, still recovering.
I also had some.
So it's now running, you see? There you go. You see it hit the MCP right now?
Yeah.
And the Taskmaster, if we do here, Taskmaster list with subtasks, you don't see any tasks right now, right? Because the JSON file is not created yet. And then in a minute, you will see that it creates all the files. Once this step is done, after this, then we let it generate the code when we are gone for lunch. And then we come back.
And we see what
program
happens.
is.
Yeah.
I have the new model of Google in my Hackathon.
Yeah?
Nano
That's
banana.
funny.
That was funny.
That's not nano banana, that's big banana. Oh, I said I will come there. Let me go there and then see. Keep an eye on this. This thing that if it's running, if this area is stopped, then call me there, okay?
Yeah.
See the blinking thingy? And if it is asking for a question, then ask me.
Yeah, sure.
It's local model.
Local model.
Yeah.
It runs in your bag.
Yeah, runs my backpack and no cost.
So did you start it?
Yeah, it's running. It's passing the PRD. It's a really nice automated workflow that he has. You don't have to do anything. And then software engineering is really democratized.
Yeah, but he's thinking about the PRD also still requires a lot of knowledge
and some idea of what you actually want to have. Yeah.
If you just describe in normal words what you would like to achieve, there's still missing this translation level, right? In these technical terms.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah. Sorry, someone was saying something.
Nothing.
Okay.
Where do you work, Pramod?
No, thanks. I'm fine.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We don't code, but we need our brains to be improved.
So can you quickly show what Taskmaster is doing out?
Oh yeah, so the Taskmaster, we just saw that there was no JSON file done, and this is the command to see it. and I have, you were gone, and I have prompted it that, hey, go ahead and take this PRD. This is the PRD that we reviewed already, and take that and then create all the tasks. So you can see that it is hitting these initialize thing and then parse PRD. Right now it's parsing and understanding it under the hood. And then once it has understood it, then you'll see that it will do multiple MCP calls that will give us many tasks in here. It's kind of like it will generate a table for us. And it's still in progress, so this will happen in just a minute. But meanwhile, let me see if Jan sent the thing here. There you go. Jan sent me this. Jan, I got the screenshot. Please come here now. Okay.
If you're allowed to use Taskmaster at work, it should be very great that in the morning we just make the priority and say, okay, I'm done. Your lunch break is.
All right, so
let's go to.
So here, you have this workflow, and you want to understand how to
Specifically with the remote setup.
Create this
Remote setup, yeah.
In a loop. All right. So this is the workflow that I would do. So you may trigger it with the click, that's fine. Okay. And after that, you need to get it from the Google Sheets. I'm taking a Google Sheet example that you can use it from anywhere. And then you need to use this get, where is that? Get rows and sheet, okay? So you load a lot of emails from the sheet. And then after that, you put a loop, the loop that we did earlier. And then in here, in between this, you need to put that AI agent mode. And then once the loop is done, then it goes back here, and then you have your chat model. Let's say OpenAI for the sake of example. Perhaps you also need to turn on this required so that you can add a structured parser. And this is how I would say your workflow should look like.
Sorry for the confusion. The thing is that the rows they do not exist yet. I want to create those rows.
Okay, so it is fictitious emails? Where do the emails come from?
The emails, I'm creating them. I'm faking, I'm generating them with an AI agent.
Ah, I see. So you don't have a source of emails, you generate a source of emails. So this is then the workflow, and then the final loop is gonna put it in Google Sheet, or maybe even here you put it on a Google Sheet.
Whatever, but the most important, the part where I'm stuck is basically this AI agent needs to perform 1,000 times.
Yeah, this is then the workflow. So it goes it runs 1,000 times.
So in this loop over items, I can specify the number of iterations.
Oh, I see. Then no, for that here you need split outs. So then the split out will create that 1,000 times thingy. So let's say here you need an object. How do I do this to generate 1,000 times? You need to ChatGPT this. That let's say.
No, I get it. As basically, this loop over there
So,
needs some input list.
So that it can go 1,000 times. Yeah. Okay, other than that, you can also do an infinite loop. You can do an infinite loop. There's a go-to thing. What's the go-to thing called? Replace me can do the work for you. Because if you do this and then you do this, it's infinite loop.
This replace me.
This is infinite loop, and then in here you can put a counter. You can get access to the counter of this AI node, and then in here you can put an if condition, and then if it was false, then it can go here, and then otherwise if it was true, then you can do a Slack notification that will say that hey, I'm done.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I will send a screenshot of this to you.
Future, for example, if we can also develop something and finish it.
Okay. So let's see our situation in here. It's still going on. Here, one more thing that I forgot to mention is, let me include them in the talk as well. Can I intro?
Yeah.
One thing I forgot to mention is that the beauty of Taskmaster is it also compares the tasks. It also calculates the complexity of the tasks, and it also adds task dependencies. So right now it's doing complexity measurement of those tasks. So if I run now Taskmaster, there we go. This is Taskmaster. Taskmaster has now 0% progress. This shows the overall progress. These are the subtasks. So each task, later on we will see that these tasks will have subtasks that has like this priority right now. There will be another column added called complexity. And these project tasks are literally the tasks that need to be done in order for our entire Python code to be generated. So I'm going to wait for the MCP to finish.
And would you go through the tasks and then correct or edit them?
I personally, for my big projects, yes, I do, to make sure that the same way we did with the PRD with ChatGPT, I'm going to do it one more time here with this JSON files so that I make sure that this did not hallucinate. Once I do that, freeze it and git commit, and then I let the YOLO mode run. Because then I have everything running in a loop, and then it keeps going on and on.
Because can you go back to the task list? I think there's 2 times export, right?
Where is that?
There's one number 8, implement JSON workflow export, and then I know the last one is workflow import. Okay.
Yeah.
Number 14.
Now it's expanding it. You see expand, all that means like all the subtasks. So I'll see what it thought about. I think it's over-engineering it right now by putting the workflow import because we didn't talk about workflow import. I think it's creating a little pipeline for enriching those 2 folders that we have on the root, n8n and n8n thing.
And then the Taskmaster is giving the instruction to Claude, or is Claude just going and Taskmaster's observing?
So Taskmaster gets 2 API keys. One is the Entropic for Claude, one is Perplexity. I believe Taskmaster under the hood does this. It's a JavaScript, pure JavaScript project. Let me quickly show you that. So Taskmaster is now at 21,000. Wow. Last time I saw it was 20,000. They're growing super fast. It's a very young project, 85% JavaScript. And I checked it from here, April. Sometimes April they started. And what it does is internally, I think, but the code is there, we can check it, is using Perplexity for documentation check, like searching for all possible definitions of API calls and so on, like payloads and so on, and Perplexity for generating the code, Entropic API key for code generation. But actual code generation does not happen here. That's the point. Like, what is then using this one for? Perhaps generating the code for. I see. Because Taskmaster is a free tool, so it generates those tasks based on this API key. So the task generation happens with this API key. The actual code generation happens from my Vibebox API key setup that I have done, which is sitting here. This one. Mm-hmm. So this one goes there. The one that's in my MCP settings goes to Taskmaster.
Okay, but I still not get, now you have the list of tasks in Taskmaster. How does Claude knows about what to start with?
That is coming next. Once the entire tasks are done, I'll do another git commit. Mm-hmm. I'll say added Taskmaster tasks, because that goes inside the git check. So here, if I do the get status, you can see that these tasks are done, reports are done, agents, the cloud settings, config, and so on. Once this is done, I commit this, and then I start the YOLO mode, the dangerously skip permissions. Still, the dangerously skip permissions is helping me to run this entire thing on a YOLO mode. This is already YOLO mode. It used to show me the number of seconds that it ran from here.
Yeah, below that.
Where?
Bypass permissions on below your.
Where is the number of seconds?
Also not the number, no, it's the information.
It used to show somewhere here the number of seconds that it is running, but roughly saying since I started it, it is. We can see it from here. Wait. Here. So it was 27 minutes is 41 minutes. So 41 minus 27, 14 minutes. So it's running in YOLO mode for 14 minutes without interruption. In this 14 minutes, I have done like way more than that. I think it was way more than that because I checked this after some time that it was already running. I think it was right after this time, so 26 minutes. It was 1 minute back and forth. So at least for 15, 20 minutes, it is running in YOLO mode nonstop. We'll see how many more minutes it needs. Okay, until it runs, can we do some quick brainstorming about a few more things here? The next step, post Hackathon, can be something to do with this project. Who is up for this?
Me.
Me as well.
Who's me?
Ashwin.
Ashwin, you're up for continuing this project further?
Yep.
Me too. I like this project
Me
idea.
too.
You too, you too, you too?
Yeah, let's see the outcome.
He needs confidence.
So you never so you never did AI generated coding before?
Well, I did it all the time, yeah, of course. But more in cursor, right?
More in
cursor. Tab mode.
I'll show you. I did it with cursor as well.
You already have some output, right?
Yeah, but not very great. I think this will be nicer.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what? I'm Python developer mostly, Python PHP, and I'm trying to change my job, or actually most of now companies have Python and TypeScript, or more TypeScript, React. And I was thinking, you have a Python SDK, for example. I also asked Versa, you have Python, and we have a team working on it, but it's uncompleted. So now we see big projects that are built on TypeScript, but they have even some developers working on Python SDK, but it's not finished. So it's very interesting for me to have Python SDKs for big TypeScript projects.
Yeah.
It's very, very useful. But it needs, for example, now we are some people, I'm sure if you start it in a production way, lots of Python developers may join.
Yeah. One thing I saw from, I wish I would have saved it somewhere. It's very hard to now get it back on LinkedIn. Was a post from, well, actually, I'll try to see if I can quickly find it. Let me check. There was a famous post, I think it is this one. Yes, sir, it's this one. Oh, Google search is much better now. So there is this viral post that I saw a couple of days ago. And I think one of the people from the 62 people that reposted must be me. It's very hard to find me in this list. But I remember I reposted this. What this woman is doing is, Mary is an ML AI engineer, community builder in San Francisco. Pretty big reach, 144,000 followers on LinkedIn is a lot. And she knows her craft, what she's doing. At least from her online presence, I can say that. And I read this thing very carefully, and I can relate with this so much. She says that I stopped using Python and I started using TypeScript for AI applications because JSON is a first-class citizen in TypeScript, and it's a second-class citizen in Python. Sorry. and I want to hear that from Python. I did only Python 4 years, but JavaScript for 17 years. So I might be biased towards what she is saying on her post. What do you guys think? Is that something that has some truth?
Being Python is bun and butter for me.
You wrote Python for how long?
5 to 6 years.
5 to 6 years. And TypeScript?
1.5 years.
Okay.
Like if one client was hell-bent on using TypeScript.
Okay. And how long did you write Python?
10 years, 10, 12
10
years.
years. So your view is very, very deep in Python. So your perspective is deep on Python.
Definitely. But what you said about JSON is true. It's still easier to build AI applications in Python simply because there is an infrastructure, library, community around it, which at the moment I at least didn't see in TypeScript.
I see. In TypeScript, there is no AI native, but it's JSON native.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to say something?
I'm more on the TypeScript side.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Limited Python.
Wonderful. So let's see how is our code generation going. There we go. It's still ongoing. We can entertain some more questions. We can just have like a nice. As soon as this is done. Yeah, as soon as this generation.
I also want to have something. So.
Oh, you were saying it to Claude Code, not to me. Your request was to Claude Code. That, hey, Claude Code, please generate this fast. I want to go to lunch. Okay. Let's discuss something. Let's not just wait for this. What do you want to talk about? Ask me anything about n8n or vibe coding. Or discuss anything. I don't want to be the person who just shares.
So the one problem that we have with vibe coding, I think that I have that problem with my wife. She says that you are not.
Who?
My wife.
Yeah, she's also a programmer.
She has IT. She has IT degree with a very good degree, but she's not the programmer, so she didn't continue. But I failed my university, and she says that you are not senior. As when I see you are always using AI, you cannot code yourself. Actually, I say. And I also want to change my company now, for example, I go interview with big companies and I know that companies, the code is not good when we join and also they are using AI, but specifically at job interviews, they want you live coding, for example.
Yeah.
And the point is, when I go to live coding, when I don't have my AI, it's really hard to develop now. And I'm a senior, I develop with PHP, Python, TypeScript, for example, multiple languages. And when I want to do live coding, I just miss the syntax. So I use, for example, PHP syntax in Python, TypeScript syntax in PHP, something like that. And they just will...
What's your question?
Yeah, my question is that what is how we trade off between the AI and our coding? So maybe 2 years later, I cannot code anymore if I just write code.
So the question is like, how much code should I write? How much code should AI write?
Yeah, to not
like to be honest,
my mind.
right now, my code is 99% written by AI, and I have been coding for 23 years nonstop, and I write my code 99% with AI. And I can.
That is maybe last 3 to 4 years, right? So your 15 years you were hard coding like without AI.
The 99% is like 3-4 months old.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. Until 3-4 months ago, I was writing code with fingers.
Yeah.
Now I write code with voice. With Vibe code, this thing that is running right now. Let's see how is it going. Where's my terminal? let's see the task list. There we go. There you go. You see the subtasks are expanding. The expansion is going on nicely. I think it's going to be done until these are done. Until then, we keep our conversations floating. So, no, for 5 months, I stopped doing this coding with hand because I don't see any value in that anymore. If I write code, if AI writes code, and I dictate AI to do this, it's much faster, it's much cleaner, it's much better. I'm a very senior, 9 years experienced React developer. I started React from a very, very long time ago. And I built an entire company around React, reactgeeks.com. Since 2017, I'm running this company. We were only doing React.js and React Native projects. And we did a lot of these things. But the reason now I don't want to write code myself is because I'm not efficient. I'm not fast as this coding tools can go.
But if you would be earlier in your career, I'm constantly thinking if someone requests you in an interview to code without AI, I would stand up and go maybe and saying, okay, this is basically not the future, because if you would be hired and they still force you to write code without AI, you will definitely lose the connection and the tools to accelerate, right? So I am currently head of technology and also hiring, and I'm always asking, okay, thanks for preparing something. How did you use AI for that? And if the answer is I don't do anything with AI, I say, okay, we can stop here and you go, because you need to incorporate AI somehow, right? Because you should at least take it as a sparring buddy or as a review, not generate everything from scratch.
Would you hire me if you see Vibebox?
Yeah, most likely.
Actually, I had the opposite. Sorry to break you. Continue.
No, please. Oh, good.
Actually, I had the opposite. Last week, I had an interview at Sonar, like company that develops Sonar Q, and into the technical round. First round coding question was MCQ. Okay, I cleared. Second round was qualitative analysis, like two boards starting with different speed. When will they meet? That kind of question. Okay, that also cleared. And the third question was mostly into Python basics and loops and time complexity. In the third problem, I missed and I was out of. So that we are most software intensive, coding intensive job. You are a bit, you are slow, and here in between you are missing some basics. So we won't to continue. So there were 3 problems. I survived 3 problems. Yeah. It was including unit test and multiple loops and stuff. Then third one, I took longer time and they were not happy. Like more than 5 minutes, they were not happy. So yeah. So that's something that's opposite of what you just said. Yeah, that's what I had to say.
Yeah.
As I also mentioned, there are some companies, even big companies. So, for example, I had interviews HelloFresh. It's really big company, and they invited me to interview. For example, I'll pass all the steps, but on the live coding, I also did the program. I solved it. I solved the issue they mentioned, but just in some cases, I just missed some syntax, or as a live code, you get stress. Yeah. And just they told that we forced to correct you sometimes in your coding, and for example, they reject it. But I write, for example, I make a Telegram bot, AI assistant in just 2 weeks with AI, and I reviewed the AI code, I applied the AI code, and it's production ready. But they just reject you as you cannot live coding very fast and exactly what they want. So, I mean, now, for example, Amel has his own company and don't need any interview. But me, my dream is to work with big companies specifically, or even great companies. I go to interviews and I see they're still old. And some companies can say, for example, what is the time complexity? Now change the time complexity. Or even some companies have some mathematics thing. And even, big companies still are using it. But if you join the company, as you mentioned, we want to use AI, so it doesn't makes sense. I say specifically for new joiners or even seniors that are working with AI heavily. I think the market is not fit that much. Some companies says that you can use AI as well, but if you use it too much or something like that, they will still reject you. So you can use AI as well if you want. That doesn't make sense. So I think still the market is not that much fit for AI.
Yeah, the market is totally overcrowded at the moment. When we do a new job posting, we got around 100 applications within 2 days, and it's not a top tier company. It's really somehow undercover, I would say. And there are so many people with good CVs and with a lot of experiences applying at the moment. It's really like crazy. So
Yeah.
I think it's difficult to
It's
find a
really
job there.
difficult. Yeah.
What's the conversation about?
We are still thinking, what is the right level between
AI, no AI coding.
yeah, and how do you stay fit in your brain, right? I mean, you come with 20 years of experiences, then you have plenty of time where you can benefit from that knowledge. But if you are earlier in the career or want to dive into a new language,
Yeah, just for your information, we are now at task number 9 expansion. Earlier we were still in task number 7. As you can see here, until task number 7 it was done. Now it is done until task number 10. So the expansion is gonna go from task number 10 to 15. Coming to your point about if I'm a new developer, how would I do with this AI coding? I think the AI native developer wave is the right way to go. Like now I see people who are called AI native developers. These are folks who learn coding after the debut of LLMs, not just the debut of ChatGPT in November 22, but the rise of AI coded or AI assisted development early this year.
what if you get asked to do live coding without AI?
Then this is kind of like asking a software engineer to appear for an electrician job.
Yeah.
It's totally two different things. Yeah.
But
No.
you want to have the job.
No. Then this is the wrong job that they're applying for. I am so much like your perspective. Like if I want to hire someone, I want to see how do they use AI to generate code. If they don't know how to, these are so trainable traits that how long it takes me to teach them how to use vibe coding. But it's about the attitude that they have towards using AI coding. If they have that AI first attitude and they already know how to do it, and if the code is bad, it's not their problem. It's the problem of the LLM generating the code. So the LLMs are getting better and better over time. It's just a matter of time that how it goes on. So we are very close to the MCP.
I actually have a question.
Yes. Hold on, Jay. I can bring you here on the screen. Hold on. Very nice. We have someone from the Google.
Yeah.
Hold on, guys. There is a question coming.
Yeah. I just wanted to
Can we
know.
wait a minute, please? Can we have one conversation? You wanna ask her? Let's see what Jay says, and then we come to you. Yes.
Yeah, I just wanted to know your point of view. Like, I find a lot of agencies that are coming up hiring people who know tools like n8n, Zapier, and Make.com.
Yeah.
So, if at all I want to shift my path, right now I'm doing my master's in electrical and microsystems.
Okay.
I've done projects on embedded systems, radar engineering, logistics. Like I've built tools for that for the labs in my university.
Mm-hmm.
But I realize the effect of AI that is going to happen. I mean, the effect of AI transformation.
Yeah.
Like in coding and automating workflows.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? Let's say if I become a n8n developer, like a 5 years roadmap or a 10 years roadmap.
Well, becoming an n8n developer is very overstretched term. I would say you were an AI automation expert or something that happens to know n8n more. Because n8n itself can be learned in one day, like literally in one day.
Sorry, one clarification. Do you want to become a developer? Do you want to become a developer at n8n, developing the core product, or an n8n developer doing workflows for others as agencies are doing?
Yeah, the second one.
The second one, okay.
So that was my understanding. You can keep the, engage in the conversation if you want. So, in my opinion, 5 years is too long. Now we need to optimize for 6 months. Every 6 months, a new thing. I remember when I started poking things around with React in 2017, I think, was it 16, 17? I came at the time from jQuery. I tried Angular multiple times. I tried Backbone.js multiple times. A few other frameworks back here and there. JQ widgets was another big one. I tried that a lot. But my mind was wired towards this imperative UI development, front-end development. But React came with this paradigm shift of declarative UI development. So I was, if you guys know how to write React, I was kind of like doing Git like selectors in React and changing the state of a div or a text with a click button instead of like maintaining a state internally and putting. It took me like a little while to move my mind from that one paradigm shift to another one, building front ends. And I think that that's exactly the same now. We as developers used to learn things. I'm sorry, I need to keep an eye on the MCP as well. I will keep swiping there and there. Yeah, that's good. It's running. So we used to run like with our new knowledge at least for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. A lot of developers needed to do like these capacity building every 2 years, 3 years, a new framework, a new things that you learn. Now that time frame is 6 months, 3 months. My opinion is like be at the forefront of whatever it is. Keep learning it, keep hacking things around, and that will make you the unstoppable developer and hireable developer. Because nowadays development jobs are shrinking by thousands of numbers from every big tech company. Like the layoffs are happening. If you don't come on these frontiers, like the way I'm doing vibe coding or all these technology that I'm running right now, you can see for multiple hours it was running in it without any defects. This software is vibe coded software. The webcam is the vibe coded software. There are emojis in this that I haven't used yet. In this session, I use it every other time. Let me see if I can show you. That is entirely vibe coded. And if you do this many things, and then it runs, let me show you what I mean by those emojis so that I can make the point. So I have this little software that I use for my projects. For my, this is vibe coded, but I didn't know how to do vibe coding when I started vibe coding 4 or 5 months ago. So I kind of like challenged myself to do it anyways. So I have this little thing. There you go. Somebody click this, you get this on my screen. And you don't just get it there, but you get it wherever you go, like on the top of other screens. And this needed C++. People ask questions here. I get this little wave on my face. And then I press a button and I see the questions, I answer the questions. It was my requirement for my workshops. I needed to run this. I need to make sure that this is done. I not only created this, but while creating it, I went there and I put myself in that vulnerable shoes, which I highly recommend every single developer watching this right now should do that, is I recorded a tutorial series for doing this. Hi, my name is on my YouTube. Fire. I'm a software engineer with over 22 here. So this playlist give birth here, Vibe Coding 101 crash course. And if you go see it, 38 lectures. And if you go and see this, it is how old? Hi everyone, my name is Emil Fire. I'm 4 months old. Look, 4 months ago, I personally didn't know anything about vibe coding that I know today. And vibe coding is like this literally new thing. So in my opinion, in my honest opinion, the only thing you can do is put yourself vulnerable at the forefront to the public so that you can be psychologically pushed to do it. Like if I would have not decided in July to do this hackathon, somebody, you told me or who told? No, Yash, Arfan and Yash told me that, hey, why don't you do a hackathon? I say like, I don't know how it's done. The same way as I did that very first workshop, like Shruti was there in this first workshop. Let me show you. Where is this? Here. Is Shruti there? Shruti and, yeah, they both are, Paul, not this Shruti, the other Shruti, but you can also come. I'm showing something from the very first workshop I did. Rahul and Shruti, if you want to come, I want to share some memories. Come here, let me show you some memories from those times. So here, I'm this guy who did not know anything about anything, and then I go here and I say that I want to do a workshop. So look at this. I have like 314 videos, and I go somewhere that takes me like forever to go there now because of these 300 videos. And Shruti was the heroine of that one clip there somewhere. Here, this one. This one. This was the very first workshop I did. Like, when was it? 6 months ago. 24th of February.
You made 300 videos in 6 months?
Yes. And that's what I was just preaching. Like, as a developer, as a new type of developer, you need to put yourself there. Look, even I didn't have these gears, and I duct taped that, my other phone on a thing. I was just like duct tape solutions, and in this video you see.
But you still have a duct tape with you.
Yeah, I still have a duct tape, but now the tech is like really next level. And here we were in this place called MLP. This is my good friend Alejandro. He's helping me always to put these things. This is the time when I'm kind of like giving the first workshop, and Rahul and Shruti. Rahul, do you remember this?
Oh yeah, this is the first one.
Yeah, and where's Shruti? She built this thing. Let me find it here. So she built this. Look at that. And still, it was an impactful thing. It was a very failed approach, but
complex tasks and make our lives easier. Plus, there's been a lot of progress in
so she built a voice AI agent in the workshop, and I had a voice AI agent on my website, and then we let our AI agents talk to each other. So look at that.
AI with blockchain technology, which is opening up new possibilities. What specific areas are you interested in, by the way?
I'm particularly interested in how AI can enhance user experiences and optimize performance, especially in...
Huh? This is using, mine is using 11 Labs, but that was VAPI. So they were using VAPI. And now, coming to the point, Jay, you were mentioning earlier, is like, it's the time that we need to rethink about how coding needs to be done. Like, developers need to rethink about this. So it's amazing. Like, you guys can ask, join this conversation if you want to ask. Yeah? Ask anything, then use this microphone so it goes in the recording as well. So let's check the MCP. Where's the MCP? Yeah, it's still expanding. Let's check how much progress do we have. So task number 10, 11 to 15. And, oh, nice, we are done. We're done. I think the MCP is just doing some, there we go. Wonderful. We're done with this. Let's check in our tasks. I think since everybody is so hungry, it doesn't make any sense to check the tasks, but what I usually would do is check the tasks. So for now, I'm not gonna do the check tasks. I will just do the check-in of the tasks. Added Taskmaster tasks, okay? So now I have 15 tasks. In total, not 15. In total, there will be how many tasks?
100?
I can tell you in just a sec.
5 per 100?
He always did 5 subtasks, I guess.
75? Around 75.
How many?
5 per 15?
75?
75, yeah.
So there are 75 tasks now that I could, 75 tasks, 76 tasks. So now I have 76 tasks and they are checked into Git, okay? Now I do this and then go to lunch. By the way, how many minutes was this since it's running? It was 27 minutes, right? It was 50 minutes. 27 minus 10 minutes, 27, 16 minutes, 50 minutes of non-stop. This is the power of this vibe coding thingy, like the Vibebox thingy.
If you would tell ChatGPT 5, give me lists and subtasks. If you copy paste it, or maybe you can test it, put the PRD we just created and tell ChatGPT, give me a list with subtasks, or give me a list of tasks with subtasks.
It will hallucinate because
it took so long.
The reason it took so long is that it's that many ChatGPT calls, like that many, not ChatGPT, in this case, Claude Code calls. So it's like one task at a time. So it goes like one task, the next task, the next task, and then a PRD is dictating all the tasks.
Mm-hmm.
So if I ask ChatGPT generate all of this at once, the result of that task list will be hallucinated. This is not hallucinated. It happened over 50 minutes.
I would be interested to compare that.
Yeah,
just out of curiosity, but we can do it later.
I have done that before. It is totally different. So now what I do is I clear this. The reason I clear it is because I don't want to go in the history. I don't want this to go to the history. Mm-hmm. Now I clear this. Now it's a clean slate. I close all my files here. Nothing is unchecked. I double check this, that nothing is, oh no, I didn't push the tasks. Why am I seeing this differently in here? I think it's just am I in the wrong? No, it is checked in, you see? It's just a cursor bug or something. It shows this green thing, but it's checked in. Otherwise, it should have shown in this file what is the change. It doesn't show any change here. So basically, this file is already checked in. I can see it on my terminal, it's checked in, and also on this GitHub repository. Wait a minute. GitHub. Python SDK, no? So here, 3 minutes ago, I did add a check. So everything is latest. What I would like to do now is prompt it like this. I think I'll take my laptop with me to the lunch break. But this is how I'll prompt it. Can you please start executing all the 15 tasks using Taskmaster? Do not stop, keep executing. If you face an error, you can fix the error in an autonomous mode. You have all the permissions you need. Don't ask me for any permission. And keep updating the tasks back to Taskmaster using the MCP of Taskmaster. And I will kind of like keep an eye for a few minutes on the top of this to see if this is using the MCP or managing its own internal task list. If it hallucinates to manage its own, there we go. You see it had the MCP get task. That's good. Mm-hmm. Because now if I go to the terminal again and I run this task list thingy, you will see that the overall project progress changed. Here, yes. It put this thing in progress, and also the progress of this thing is going to start moving to this way. And since it's going to write something in the desk, and it always gets something back out of that 50-minute long ChatGPT back and forth calls to create this context, and then in every single time that it goes and iterates between the tasks while executing this. It focuses entirely on that one little portion. I need to still do one more modification in Vibebox, which is called hook. It's a Claude feature. It's called a hook. It's a setting that you do in this file. It's called hooks here like this. I can put a hook here that basically does the following thing. It can reset as soon as one task is done, so that the history does not get too big. It goes on the moment it sits, like executes this MCP for setting the task, updating the Taskmaster. So I wanted to do a clear between each task. I can do that in the prompt, but the prompt can forget it because it goes on the top of the context window, it forgets it. But if I do it as a hook, the moment one cycle is done, if there is a hook like that, I think that it must be possible. And then it can reset all the time because it's just one CLI that you can execute in each hook. And let's see how it goes. And it is going on like that. Another task, set as task done. You see there is a task that is done. Let's check out what is done. Subtask again. And voila, you can see that now the create directory structure, initialize git repository, readme file is added, requirement.txt is added. Now this is in progress. Once the entire subtasks is done, then this one will be turned into done. And you can see that the subtasks is 5% done. Once one of the upper tasks, this task is done, then this progress bar will start moving up. Right now it's a hackathon and we have like another hour or two to stay here. I would have done it differently if I was doing it personally for my clients. I would not let it execute all 15 tasks. I would do it one task at a time, test it, git commit, git push. Now what happens is after the lunch break, we come back, it has produced like hundreds of lines of code, basically finished the project, hopefully. And hopefully it does not get stuck or I don't run out of money or something. Let me see if I have enough money. Anthropic console. I think I have enough money, but if not, then I will load some money. Anthropic console. It has a question? No. No, I thought it asked a question.
For AI. Whereas enough. I use Gemini CLI. When it is enough, I use AI Studio.
So, oh, nice. Good catch. Very good catch. I only had $8. So I'm going to, $8 would have run out. So I'm going to buy $100 credit here. There we go. Run.
Very expensive.
It is expensive, yeah. Because it's doing thousands of calls. I remember buying this one. I keep loading $100 at a time. I added $100 2 or 3 days ago. Yeah. Yeah, I'm spending a lot of time. Look, on 6th of September.
AI should also go shopping for me.
On 2nd of September, I bought another $100. I can see it in the list. Yeah. Another 129, another 124, another 119th August, 10th August. So literally only in August, I used $600 or for $550.
You should use the remaining 1% of your coding to AI as well. You're paying money.
Okay, so now we are literally on a YOLO mode. It's running with all the subtasks and everything. We are happy to go have our human connections and then let this thing run in YOLO mode for as long as it can, and then come back and see if it's running. And this is the future of humanity. We are having our personal connections, let AI do the job.
I said something last night. I was preparing for an architecture interview, and
the microphone.
Yeah, I was preparing for an architecture interview I have on Monday, and it was about 12 p.m. something at the night, and say the model is finished. You can continue at, for example, 4 a.m. Okay, now I go sleep. I just get to sleep. Okay, tomorrow I continue the preparation.
Yeah.
I don't pay to AI, and it's okay for me.
Yeah.
The Gemini has very great free token, so you switch to Gemini
1,000 requests
Flash,
per, yeah. Per
and
day,
also
yeah.
when it is finished, I use
Yeah.
AI Studio, which
Yeah,
also has
yeah.
the free credits
Yeah.
forever. That's enough.
So is there already an AI router model? So I model router so that it can see how much credits you used and then automatically switch to the next free plan, like circling through accounts.
Oh, I
and
see,
they
yeah.
can use out of that, and then we don't need to pay for it anymore.
Cursor does this, automatically switches between models to save tokens.
Yeah, that is true. But Cursor wants already money from me.
Yeah,
right?
but,
To do
but
that.
it's really low compared
It's lower,
to,
yeah.
it tries to hit the limits on all the models, and then it switches, so it always changes between models to, yeah. And we'll have to leave. It's very
Yeah.
nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Have a nice day then.
Yeah, yeah.
You don't want to join us for lunch?
Yeah, yeah.
Do you want to join us for lunch?
No, we're just having a lunch right now.
Yeah, we are going for lunch.
Nice to see you.
Of course.
Let me do it properly then. Hold on. All right, all right. Okay. People online, we are going for lunch. It's going to take us at least an hour or so. So we will meet in an hour if you're still interested. Right now it's 2:20, so let's meet at 3:30 p.m. CET if that's fine, okay?
All right, will do. I'll watch it from here.
Okay, cool. All right, let me do a small selfie here so that I can push something already here. Hey, LinkedIn, we are having this amazing n8n Hackathon. Hi, Paul. We're just about to leave for lunch break. But what's interesting is, you see here, this little thing is right now running on YOLO mode. And we believe that until we come back from lunch break, it is done building everything. And this is what I'm building using Vibebox, this little project that I'm hacking together. I spent literally 20 hours on this, and it's already working. It's going very, very well. And also, don't forget the hacking, the vibe coding thing that I did with all these cameras around that is doing all the live streaming. And initially, this project was not, today was not supposed to be hybrid, but I had a lot of cool folks online, and then I sent them a Google Meet, and then we're doing it hybrid. Sorry for those who wanted to join online but couldn't get it on time, but next time I'll do it hybrid again. See you guys, bye-bye.
Well, I just want to thank you again and say goodbye.
Thank you. Did you guys build something?
More or less. We actually changed the idea to something a little bit more, in my opinion, interesting.
Okay. So let me turn off all these things, and then we walk out anyways together. All right. So thank you so much for sticking for this long, guys. It was really intensive day. What we are going to do now is do a quick round of presentation, no matter how detailed or how shallow is your progress. We'll do a quick preview of what did we do or what are we going to do. And most importantly, we're going to, my n8n logo that I received as a gift from a fellow n8n ambassador. So what we are going to do now is do a presentation of what we built so far, and most importantly, the plan of what we're going to do next. So I'm going to start, and then we'll keep it like 2-3 minutes, 5 minutes maximum, and people can ask a question, and this is the microphone for people who want to ask a question, and they can ask a question with this microphone, okay? So what we have started is we started building this project using a project I'm building called Vibebox, and we created a very detailed PRD here. And then we ran Taskmaster to generate all the tasks. And you can see that these are all the detailed tasks that were generated using Taskmaster. And if I run Taskmaster here with showing all the subtasks, you can see 46 tasks were created. And then we let the entire project running for generating code, and it ran, and then so far it completed 7 tasks. For some reason, my computer turned off, maybe power management or something. Therefore, we couldn't see the entire tasks finished, but we were running it in YOLO mode. So it is still running in YOLO mode here, as you can see. And what we are building right now is a simple Python SDK that generates code based on the code that you see here. It generates certain code. For example, here is a Python code somewhere here. So you can imagine that you have a code something like this. That's going to be the entire outcome. So something like this. Imagine if this is your Python code that you're running, and in this Python code, you will eventually create these SDKs called n8n SDK, and then you write code in Python, and then the outcome of this would be a JSON file that can be stored on the desk. As an MVP, we decided that we are going to take this route. So there's one Python file that produces a sample JSON, and then we put it inside n8n, and it should work off the shelf. And upon finishing this task, then we will know if it worked or not. So I will keep an eye on this one while you guys are presenting. If it finished, it still is in task number 8. Then I can do a quick presentation of the actual outcome. Otherwise, asynchronously, I will do this presentation. So that's what we are building. Just to wrap it up, it was a project called Python SDK for n8n. The project idea came from Promit. Our team was Promit, Muhammad, Paul, George, David, Ashwin. And we want to build an SDK for n8n to put bring all the pipelines of data scientists into n8n, literally with least number of GUI interactions. So literally from Python code to n8n workflows. Any questions? Okay, no questions. Then let's go to the next presenter. Who wants to do a presentation? You need to join this call before you have. How can I share this call with you guys? Say hi to me on WhatsApp. I'll share it. Promit, you have the call. Are you ready for presentation, or you want to take the next round?
I'll go later.
Later? Okay, Jan, you want to do the presentation? Are you ready for doing the presentation? Please join this Google Meet call. Share your screen, and then I will project it here. Okay. And this is Jan's microphone.
So, but in order to present the complete project...
Can you share your screen first, please?
Yes, okay. I'm just gonna start sharing now.
Sure. Say hi to me on WhatsApp.
Hello.
Okay, I'm going to stop screen sharing. Jan, please start screen sharing. Wonderful.
Okay.
And minimize this thing, Jan. See the screen? Can you minimize it? You can even close it from there on your computer, so that we can see more of your computer. Nice.
Okay. Our project was about reading Outlook emails and classifying these Outlook emails into categories. And our use case scenario was we are a fictional real estate property company. And these kinds of properties, they receive thousands of emails per week. For example, one apartment has water pipe damage, the other apartment, the tenant hasn't paid rent or something like this. And this workflow that you guys are seeing right now generates 100 fake emails that are sent. Also 100 fake emails, like for example, broken water pipe, tenant hasn't paid invoice, rent goes up. Also fake emails that every day happen or might happen in a real property business. And those 100 emails are sent to the email address of Shruti. And I'm bad with names, sorry.
No
Shruti.
problem.
And Shruti has successfully created a second workflow that reads the Outlook emails and classifies them. And the classes, the categories have been created by Raoul. So I would suggest that you start sharing your screen now, Shruti.
Okay.
Can you share your screen, please?
I did.
Is this your screen? Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, this is the second workflow. So what I'm doing here is I'm just reading the.
Is the microphone near to you? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm
nice.
just reading the emails from the Outlook node, and the AI agent is going to process it. So yeah, these are the categories and subcategories that the email has got classified into. And yeah, as you can see, there are 13. Okay, one second. Yeah, there are 129 items, basically 129 emails that got processed and classified into these categories. And yeah, we had to give a proper prompt, and yeah, after that it was quite easy to classify them.
So the trigger is the Google, the Outlook, Microsoft Outlook.
Right. Yeah.
So all these 100 emails that were sent by Jan's workflow is going to be triggered from Outlook with your workflow.
Right. Yeah.
And that classifies those things.
Right. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Go ahead, please. Sorry.
So, but yeah, after that I have to write them down to spreadsheet, but that function is not working yet. So
okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's wonderful. Okay, that's interesting. Like having a model on the structural output parser.
Yeah, parsing. Yeah.
Can you explain why do you do that?
It was just easier to classify the output.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. Yeah, it's a very good practice. It's an advanced practice. Cool.
Thanks.
Nice. Thank you. Any questions to this team? All right. Then
I have one question, Shruti or Jan. So, like, see, I'm a tenant. I'm a tenant under you. So I'm saying that hey, my bathroom is not tidy. So immediately it will go and process, and mail will be going to the plumber or the cleaning department, or what? How was that work? Is it just a separation or segregation, or will the cleaning guy receive a WhatsApp message or something?
So am I understanding this question correctly? You are a tenant and you are sending an email that you have problems with your bathroom. Yeah? Then this email would be sent to the Outlook account of Shruti, and then the AI agent would read that, also pick up that email, read it, classify it, and I think a category would be damages or property damage, and then in the, let's say, fictional company, there is maybe a person that deals with property damage, and this person would then be assigned a task, or at least she would find the email in her inbox. And so this saves lots of human resources, because there is no, let's say, secretary who's going to do the classification. It's been done by an AI agent. Or does this answer your question?
Yeah, it's clear.
Yep. Thank you for the question.
Okay, so next, you're ready, Promet? No, you're not ready. You want to have a perfect pitch?
I want to go last.
You want to go last? You're last. Oh, you want to?
Her workflow with her. So
Oh yeah, indeed, you were a part of the other team, other Shruti's team, no?
Yeah, like we worked on her computer, and she took her computer with her.
Okay.
But
you can talk on a microphone. You can talk like what did you guys build and what.
Exactly. Unfortunately, I don't have any workflow to show you guys, but I can briefly explain what we did.
Yes.
So she's a founder, and she wants to target people who is also founder on her LinkedIn connections.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and of course, like she has a lot of connections. So the one thing we looked at was, okay, we want to target founders who got investments in last 3 years, because she has that kind of a product that it's useful for them. So what we did first, we scraped the LinkedIn profile of her, get the contacts from her LinkedIn profile, and then for each profile we did use another LinkedIn scraper to get the informations, like, okay, about section, where he or she works, what they are doing, and then we could able to see, okay, are they actually founders or not? We could filter them out, who is not founder, who is founder. So once we have founders left, so we could do another filtering if they get investments.
So basically, it was a
or not.
qualification.
Exactly.
From
exactly.
LinkedIn.
So
did you guys build the Appify API calls to get the LinkedIn?
Exactly.
Links?
Yes.
Okay.
We did use like three different kind of API calls. We didn't finish the entire workflow, but the main idea is then write a personalized email as a draft, and then human in the loop at the end, and she will check it and send it.
Nice, wonderful. Thank you.
Exactly.
Thank you so much. So, any questions for that lead generation project?
Yeah, if you need lead generation, you can come to us, guys. We have a done workflow.
Just on LinkedIn, right?
Like this use case was on LinkedIn, yes. Yeah.
But you can expand it to other, let's say, kind of lead generation.
Yes, like you can. There are also like Appify scrapers for Instagram. You can even like do Instagram scraping or web scraping.
Absolutely.
Or you can take the websites. Let's say I find you as a contact, and the company you are working for is in your LinkedIn profile, right? I can take this as an output and find the website of your company, and then scrape this website, and then get useful information from that. Yeah, that's might be also a use case. Yeah.
Cool. Promet, are you ready now?
Perfect. So I am giving.
Show whatever you have.
Okay, I give pass to more advanced use case.
So you can share your screen, Promit? You join the call, please. Oh, you're on the call. Yeah. And you can clip it on your shirt if you want.
No, I'm good. Okay. Yeah. So the attempt was to create an n8n SDK in Python. There are three parts to it, and that's how I see it. One is the client, which is going to check what are your workflows available. Let you create a workflow so that from Python I can have my workflow show up directly in my n8n window. So I can create a workflow, I can get workflow by ID, I can list my workflows. So I can completely manage the workflow creation process.
Nice. So you did the entire CRUD for your SDK already.
Yeah.
Nice.
So this is the first step.
Nice.
The next step would be nodes. So you start with the base node and then you keep adding nodes. Function node, Slack node, start node. So Cursor added a few
I
nodes,
see.
HTTP node. So I added a few nodes that will create a workflow, or at least
potentially this will go to those 400 native nodes or those unlimited.
Eventually.
Yeah. Cool.
Then this is the part that doesn't work, and this is workflow, which is basically connecting these nodes in a way that makes sense. So go from node to node based on what you want to do, so that when you import it into n8n, it looks like it's connected.
Right.
This is what we wanted. Okay, so this is the general structure. Now we'll see what Cursor does. I'll run this file. So it creates something, and it has this JSON out here. Focus on for a second. Just take this file. Here we go. And now if I go to n8n and I import from file, and I take this is how it looks.
Wow.
But I'm very unhappy because obviously this is not going to run. The nodes have to be connected. So it's not working, but this is the work in progress.
But that's cool. Yeah.
That is wonderful.
But one doubt, ML. So here, just like your previous working workflow, there are no connections. So if there is no connection, it won't work, right?
It won't work, but it's not complete. Of course, when I get this to work, it will be connected.
Yes, because the JSON that's the workflow Python file that you're working on, that's in progress, is gonna glue these individual nodes together.
So now the only work is to connect each, then run.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then your SDK is finished.
Yeah. At least for this example.
Yeah. Even the AI toggle that we were talking about. So for those of you who remember the AI toggle, we were talking about this AI. So our project is, just to refresh you guys, is this. You write code in Python, you see it on n8n. And then we were brainstorming an idea that we parked it for later on, is an AI toggle. You turn on that AI toggle, and then it interfaces. Mohammed gave this idea that we interface it in a state of a ChatGPT call to CLI. Maybe you can talk about your idea on the microphone, just so that tell us more about the CLI idea that you had.
Yeah, actually the idea was when a person just run a Gemini CLI, for example, it has the context of
either
the
Gemini
code.
CLI or Claude Code CLI.
Yeah.
It would work the same way
Any
for both.
CLI which has the context of the code.
Yes.
And we have a file. We have a prompt that say based on my Python code which I wrote.
Yeah.
For example, just generate the
JSON.
specific JSON and save in my application the workflows folder.
Exactly.
So it also can for example, we just run without AI mode.
Yeah.
And then enable AI mode to compare the results to modify
so what Promit built is the vanilla one that goes from any. You don't do any ChatGPT calls, right? It's literally taking the dictionary from Python generates the JSON. Now, what you're saying is the next version, which we talked about, is adding an Anthropic Cloud Code CLI or a Google Gemini CLI in the mix so that we train it on a few nodes, but it expands to all the 400 nodes that are there in n8n, and it will become literally a full generator, I think.
Yeah, we just need a good prompt that explain, okay, you are, for example,
Yeah.
a Python SDK.
I would
like
say
that.
not only just the prompt, but also the samples that we have in the folders. We
Yeah.
have these samples. We have 20 samples that we have curated individually. Yeah.
Mention all the samples
Exactly.
in the prompt.
The
you can
possible
check,
connections and so on, and then it
and
goes
based
on.
on this, just generate the result.
Yeah, the prompt will include that one as well in the context window. Wonderful. That was so cool. Any final comments? Any questions before we close the session?
Ask you a question.
Yes?
Like I didn't work with terminal before, so it's clear. I think it's possible to make like you can create a workflow by using terminal, cloud code or something, right?
Yeah.
But if it comes to testing the workflow, like how it works in n8n normally, you execute, see outputs, like compare it somehow.
Yeah.
Can you do that also in terminal? Can you run the workflow, see the outputs,
Good question.
and like then make some modifications directly in the terminal without needing to go back to the n8n user interface?
Yeah, I think it's possible. Yeah.
Is it possible? Okay.
I know because I thought about this as well. So you can do it via the API.
Can you give the microphone?
Yeah.
n8n gives you an API for every workflow. So you can call that and you can get the output. And this is how I was going to test the workflows anyway, to make sure that the workflow is giving the correct output, expected output. Yeah.
Oh, that is crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, n8n is a beast project, 1.1 million lines of code. So there is magic in it. Okay. No more questions, no more presentations. Can we close the round? Please take the microphone, say something, ask something.
I'm just astonished, to be honest. Like the last use case, the last one, it's really hard. I will come to you back because it's like I'm really like surprised what you have done. The others is like something that I can't even like pitch to my company, to be honest with you. So what a hackathon. It's like you are so humble. Like I just saw you like eating and then like there you didn't say anything about what you did. I'm really like I wish that I came here, but respect. That's
Thank
what I can
you.
say. Really.
Thank you. I mean, I wish we had more time and we could see this thing running and finishing. Let's see how far it went. It went to task number 8. It just started task number 8. If I will yes.
Can you please share your screen?
Oh, I see. You don't see this. I was just sharing Taskmaster's current status. That where are we standing? And we are standing at task number 8, and I believe it's going to take a little bit longer to finish because only the prompt generation of this took 50 minutes. And I believe that the outcome of this is going to be comprehensive. And also Promet's project, once it's created, Promet's project, I think your project is really good, presentable in a presentable way, even usable way as a follow-up to this mini hackathon that we did. Maybe I will wait for putting this video on my YouTube, and I will wait for your project, all your projects. This is open for everyone, including your partner. You can talk to her, so that you guys can send me a screen recording of your final presentation, and then I can attach it to the end of this this video, and then we have like one full experience of like what we thought about it this morning in a couple of days, what it turned out in an asynchronous mode. Yeah, let's do that. I'll continue running my prompts from my production. Promet and I are working on the same project, but we meanwhile at the same time produce code in multiple ones. So you finish, you send me a screen recording, I will finish and I will put a screen recording, and then this will be one comprehensive 2, 3, 4 hours long video. That will go finally to my YouTube. Anyone else from on? Yes?
We're all famous.
You and we are all famous already.
Okay, cool.
So, anyone else from online folks want to do a presentation? You worked on something? Did you work on something you want to share your screen and show us?
No, I don't have anything to show because I was logged by my organization to handle Outlook APIs. So I had to request them, and they're not going to answer right now.
That's fine. And Ashwin, you want to share something, or I do the closure then?
No, the same the code that Pramesh showed in just the GPT code, same thing.
Okay.
Taking the requirement, converting to dictionary, and class for workflow, adding the nodes, and then converting to dictionary, and again exporting it. The same code only I have. I didn't check the running. I'll check the run later.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, everyone.
In between, you were asking like, are you interested or working on this further? So yes, I told yes. So
Wonderful.
in that anything in future or thing, yes, please.
So for those of you who join later, the GitHub, maybe you can also share your GitHub where it is.
I'll push it and then
Yeah, you push it and then show it to me. So send it all to me so that I can leave in the video description of this. But the one that I did is on something n8n SDK, Python n8n SDK, something like that. I think it was here. So it's n8n Python SDK, and it goes on my account. So something like this. So if you are interested, you can check it out. Then you should see almost every commit that we have done so far. So far 14 commits, but more to come, so that it creates like this comprehensive workflow. All right. Let's close the session. Thank you so much, everyone, for sticking so long. It is almost 5 o'clock. It was a full 9 to 5. Yeah, wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you for organizing.
Thank you so much. That's so nice of you. Thank you. It's a sunny day in Berlin, going back to my wife and children, and still go to a playground or something. There's some chance before the sun sets. But before we leave, I have an humble request. Let's tidy up this place.
Yeah, sure.
Okay? Wonderful. Okay, online folks. See you guys next time then. Bye-bye.
Hello everyone. Telegram send message has some limitations. One is the amount of characters you can have in one message, and another one is the formatting options, which it can be Markdown or HTML. And you should handle this manually in your n8n workflow. So people try to do custom codes, like as you see, for example, in this node for Markdown, that person tried to write a custom code. And also in other paths, you see, for example, for the HTML as well. And even some workflows not even having this formatting option. So, for example, in this workflow, if the message is too long, if the formatting is a kind of Markdown or HTML, the syntax message won't work properly. So, as you see, it's just JSON.output, and it's not a proper formatting. To tackle this problem, I tried to write the n8n Telegram output parser, which will split the Telegram message, and it also will have the supported tags and the black tags. And very important is that even when your message is being splitted, it tries to block and close the unmatching tags. So, for example, If there is a open text in the first message, it will then close the text and start the next message. So your messages always are formatted in a proper way. So to test this custom output parser, I just run my n8n, and we can see, okay, now this is my output parser, Telegram output parser. In my AI agents, I just have a new Telegram output parser. This is from my code. So I just easily add this to my AI agents, and I will execute my workflow and say, for example, explain separation of cancers in 8,000 characters. And this is my bet, and it's in. And now this is the result. So you see the formatting is great. These are the formatting is not broken. It's using HTML style. And even when we have two messages, both are having proper formatting. So I can say, for example, write some Python code as well. So to see proper formatting. And here I define the maximum lengths, for example, to 3,000. And you see the message, it's being in 2 or 3 parts. And yes, we have the proper formatting. So as you see, we have 2 messages and both have proper formatting. This is done just now with the Telegram output parser, and we don't need any custom code anymore. And this was very interesting for me. I use Gemini CLI mostly to develop this, but as you see, it's just a package. It has the test and the parser itself, and this is the main a script that has everything inside this one. So we handle all the issue, fix all the issues, and cleaning the HTML, splitting the message. And for any of these, we also have some tests to get sure that this is working. I just spend around 1 day on this, but I will spend more time to make it as a community node or as a output parser and submit it to n8n as well. Thanks for your time, and I hope that you like.
Hello everybody. Today I'm going to show you what we vibe coded at Amel's Hackathon. This is an n8n SDK for Python. Basically, I can use the Python programming language to create workflows in n8n, and I can have them deployed automatically to my n8n instance. This is the repository that was completely created by Cursor with a few intelligent prompts, and Cursor has also written a complete documentation for me in terms of how to use the SDK. You can create simple workflows, add nodes, and deploy these workflows to your n8n instance. There's created an API reference for me, an examples folder where you can play with your code, deploy simple workflows, and here we have the SDK itself with 3 files, clients, nodes, and workflow. I'll give you a quick tour through the instance that we have created here in n8n. Basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you my n8n workflows first, and this is the present status. I can refresh my n8n and show you how that looks. And what I will do is go into my examples folder here and simply execute the file. It tells me that it has created this workflow called data processing pipeline with this URL, 7 nodes, 5 connections. Let us see if this is really the case. I go and I refresh my workflows. Here I see that it has created data processing pipeline. I go in here and I quickly execute the workflow, and the workflow runs end to end. Here I see that it has given me a final output. What did I have to do to create this kind of a workflow? All I have to really do is go in and define each node, set its position. I can have custom nodes to handle data flow. I can have nodes to create the summary, and I can define them how I see fit. Finally, I can add each node that I've defined to my workflow and connect them in a way that makes sense to me. Then I give my n8n base URL and my API key, and the program creates a wonderful workflow for me using my SDK. If that isn't great enough already, this is a pure Python program wherein I can have custom functions and simply define them here in my custom nodes the way I see fit, which basically bridges the gap between Python and n8n completely. Technically, I don't have to switch to n8n at all. I can control every single workflow simply from my SDK. While I was busy building this out, Emil did a similar attempt with his Vibebox. To compare how this is better, this is very, very extensive. It took longer, but there's a complete documentation, there's deployment, there's orchestration, multiple LLM agents and tools are being used here, nested API calls. All in all, it's a complete project. I will evaluate this in a later video, but this is what we got from our Vibe Coding Hackathon with Emil. Thank you.
Alright guys, so after the hackathon, all I did was like literally let the Vibebox script run. And this is what we see. If I run it, you can see that most of the tasks are now done, or the crucial tasks. There are some final tasks left. In literally one prompt, everything was done. So it will generate this workflow file. I'm going to delete this for now, just so that we can see how it works. And also, Promit did a review of this. Promit is much better than I am in Python. He wrote Python for like 10 years. And I asked him to do a detailed code review of how is everything here, like the coding quality, the code quality, and the folder structure, and so on. Not only like from this code that is there, but like the entire workflow that it has done. Like for example, we did with this folder structure and the way that the nodes and the examples and so on. So he did a code review and he said like it's production ready. So I believe him. I also can read and write Python. I've done Python for like 4 years, and I also did skimming through it. The code looks good to me. So anyways, let's try it out. We run this, it generates the JSON file right here. I take the entire JSON, go to my n8n, paste it here, voila. It just created exactly what we were looking for from a Python code, literally like from a Python code that is sitting right here, which is basically importing all of the SDK files that we have created. So here, workflow node, manual trigger, HTTP request, Google Sheets, and then it puts it all together as we have done it here. And then running that code generates some output from this Python profile, and then we can also see if it works fine. So it is gonna dump things in email sheet, which is authenticated already. If I run it, it also works. And the output on this sheet is actually dumped in the proper way that as we have access to this. So this is the future of coding, vibe coding, especially with a multi-agentic framework. I have had a great time last Saturday working with these brilliant engineers. I am looking forward to seeing you guys in the next hackathon if it happens that I would manage one. Bye.